What is good, Raid? Oh, I got a bubble in my chest. Oh. No. That's going. This is also going. Bop. And then this. And that's fine. Chat window. Good. How is your Saturday going, Raid? Hopefully it's been good, buddy. What you been getting up to? Hopefully nothing crazy. Oh, let's hit go on this. Let me get my fan going because it's a little hot. Raid, have you ever wanted to wear a sweater, but it's not quite cold enough? You know what I mean? Do you feel me on that or no? I don't know. I really... wearing a sweater is so cozy, but sometimes your body temperature just like, guess what? I'm boiling. And I'm like, ah, shit. Well, fuck. I guess we're here then. Also, Ray, do you see this new Avowed gameplay? I've only seen parts of it, but it looks damn good, boy. Also, I don't know. I think I'm just like, I'm ready just to bite into, like, with my, just like bite as hard as possible into a new RPG, baby. Also, playing Skyrim definitely started scratching that itch a little bit. I still want to go back and play Skyrim VR, stuff like that, but yeah, this one just looks like a nice get. And apparently, it's all open world, I think. I thought it was open level, but I think it is... Actually, I don't know. I thought it was open world. I thought that's what I heard on a review, but maybe it is just open level. But I thought it was open world, which is why it's quite different as far as some other RPGs that people were playing recently. I think like Dragon Age people mentioned in this review where they're like, it felt noticeably bigger. Or the levels didn't quite feel like it's tangled together, etc. But I don't know what I'm going to choose, Raid. Oh, well, first of all, I'm not even sure if you're into Avowed, but hypothetically, let's say you were, what would you choose between Mage, Classic Melee Warrior, or Archer? And I think Archer is also synonymous with like flintlock pistols and stuff like that. Like any sort of ranged damage, I think is what it's considered. That's not magic, I should say. But to me, I think I might want to go with like a man. I wish games figured out how to make like synergy happen. Like I wish I could just choose the things I enjoy the most, and then they figure out how they can synergize together. Like I would love to be able to choose archery and destruction magic. You know what I mean? I just let it rip. But unfortunately, often it's not the case, you know. But it totally makes sense. You could like put a fucking fireball that's on like a magic fireball on the end of an arrow and launch that motherfucker immediately into someone's face, discounting all of the like magic impact delay that usually happens with magic. Because magic's slow. But yeah. Also, what's good, Light? Dude, I have some fresh popcorn sitting there, by the way. Ooh, can't wait to eat it. Raid says, I have a bunch of cool hoodies I've been wanting to wear, but I just hasn't been cold enough. Yeah, man. Or like your household is just kind of naturally warm. You know what I mean? Or you're playing some Genshin. Ooh, boy, I still see stuff every now and again. I do think Genshin is still going to be one of those games where like I can go back and play it in like 2 years and be like, oh, although I don't know if they've ever leveled up from chests and quests, and I do know there's FOMO of like events not being there. So, but there should be a lot. But what about like the new characters per region and stuff like that? You're gonna kind of miss out on that, you know. I guess you'll just have to like if you get into it and like wait for a rerun. I don't know. Or maybe no. I would say they do offload characters into the standard banner, right? But do they? I don't know if they do when it comes to legendaries, like 5 stars, which I think is what you mainly are going to be wanting. I think that's what they're going to make really attractive in the main story, is these like badass S-rank, what do you call it, characters that you can play as, just giga cracked, you know, super fun to play with, a lot of abilities. And then the 5 stars are going to be okay. I got to Inazuma not long ago. Oh, wow, you haven't caught up to like the newest stuff then? Shit, because Inazuma was where I stopped. Yeah. Man, I could, you could use a snack. You know, eat some snacks. Ooh, man, I still have too many snacks around me. I said beforehand that I'm not much of a snacker. I kind of take that back, actually. I've recently become a crazy snacker recently. Like, the last 2 days, I've been eating a lot of, like, chips and shit, and I'm like, I gotta stop. I gotta stop that. Also, what's good, VV says, Grin, I got leak news. What leak news? Hit me with it. Is it like legit leak news as far as like gameplay shit you've seen, or just like news, rumblings, rumors? The new Sentinel Bear is called Kitaix. Which one is it? Is it any of the ones that we've seen? A model leak. Shit. Give me a sec. Let me see. Maybe I can find said Leakland stuff. Let's see. Withering Waves. Hopefully the chat doesn't move really quickly so that I can't type in the name that he just gave me. Cat. Yeah. Hopefully that's somewhat right. Let's see. Oh! Is it her or is it another one? It's not the girl in the sombrero, like the thing, right? Or are they the same person? It's basically like an elf, right? Is that what she looks like? Just like kind of like a cool like water elf kind of vibe, like water princess elf thing. Her thorn crown looks, yeah, her like thorn crown. That's exactly what you call it. Yeah, yeah. She looks pretty cool. She also looks a little, I guess it's normal. I like the characters that go for a big punch. You know what I mean? Like I like the ones that have like a crazy mutation visually. You know, this one just has like an elf. It's just a cute elf, which is cool. But yeah. But you think she's gonna be like the next Giga Crack character? I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, she does look good. I don't know. Horn crown. Oh, wait. Are you talking about the person in the tuxedo? Sorry, like the suit? Like the bodyguard looking girl? Or are you talking about the elf looking girl? Because I just typed her in and I seen the elf girl. She looked like an elf girl. It could have been horns, but it also looked like a thorn crown, like you were saying. It's like a water crown looking thing. Light says, what's your pulling plans? Ooh, Light, we just fucking grinded out and we got so lucky on Withering Waves. We got 3 constellations of a character, kind of, mostly just 2, but I had 3 because you can do a weird thing to get another one. So I have 3 into one character, and I got her weapon, and I have almost 70 critical rate and 300 critical damage with like the normal attack and elemental scaling mods. So I'm juiced. As far as Zenless goes, Light, it's significantly less lavish, but it looks like what I'm going to be doing if I'm lucky. 3 commit. Yeah, we got 3. Yeah, it's crazy. For as far as Zenless, I think what we're going to be doing is going for lighter, skipping. Well, we might be getting the electric guy for free, which people are speculating, which would be so sick because that would complete my other team. So I would have 3 elements at that point. Because I was kind of sad that I was losing out on my bow staff stun girl essentially. But I could just make an electro team with her and the defense guy, like the shielder dude, and it should be pretty good team. Yeah, and dude, the archer guy's like combat looks insane. He's like rattling off a bunch of these little orbs and then like shooting a giant arrow bolts, then detonate all of them, so then you get like a flurry of impacts. It looks sick. Okay, I have a feeling they're gonna put a lot behind its Constellation 1 though, which is a little like, ooh. Crown horns. She posed to be formed like Cam. Weird. Okay, so is she similar to the girl in this like the hat? Is that what you mean? Yeah, what do you mean, V? She's supposed to be formed like Camille. So she has basically, can she like change her hairstyle? But does that mean she is the elf form, and then she is the girl in like the little hat, whatever it's called, like the little blonde girl that we also see? Are they the same person? V says she's OP at Wave Bear 3. Yeah. She's solid across the board, but we were hitting like 300,000 damage at some point, so we're like, that's a little absurd. Light says I'm saving a ton for Maya. I know, May. What do you call you? So you're gonna skip? Well, I don't know. How do you think it's gonna go? Like, I think for Zenless, it's gonna go. What's it called? Biker guy. Like, what's it called? Yeah, the lighter. Sorry, and then it's gonna go. The arrow guy, right? Because that will be on to the next banner sequence at that point, and it will be the arrow guy followed up by the wolf katana lady, the girl you want. So you'll have like, you have plenty of time. Do you want like as many constellations as possible of Miyabi light? Because people have said stuff like certain characters might be made for her in that sense. So maybe you want to get one of those like other characters that will just like benefit her instead of getting like a third constellation, which might not be that crazy, or it might. Who knows?
Catman 11,234 said, "Grin Sama, I'm sorry, I'm late.
It's all
I
good,
shot
buddy.
Ritual seppuku if you require my lord."
It's all good, buddy. I'm happy you're just here. We're talking about some we'll prep for these games. Also, what do you call it? Are you interested, Kat, in Avowed? By the way, I don't know if I ever asked. Yeah, considering you're enjoying Skyrim, I wonder if you just have a general interest in RPG type vibes. And if you are interested in Avowed, what build will you be going with? Are you going melee or warrior, mage or ranger? She's not Phoba. Oh, okay, so she's a different character entirely, but she does have two forms. That's pretty cool. I wonder what her other form is, because I only see her with the elf ears. Is it like the crown? Is the crown like go away and come back whenever she activates a thing? That's pretty cool. Ray says, Grin, you should at least try to get Miyabi. She's basically Virgil. Nah. Who's Miyabi again? Is Miyabi the I see, guys, truth be told, I have never felt more at odds with Virgil's playstyle. Like in Devil May Cry, love Virgil's character. His playstyle, the coolest shit you'll ever see, right? I don't know if I could pick another character that I like appreciate more, that I have, like I'm the exact polar opposite of Virgil. As far as like timing, like attack, and wait for it, pause, and now hit. My brain wants to rip it. I want to rip my brain out of my skull. I'm just sitting there like, let me out! Let me free! Please! You know, I hate it. I hate the whole like, and pause, and now hit, and then pause again, double hit, now do more weird shit, and I'm just like, I hate it. Let me just rip. Just let it rip. Berserker type shit, you know? Raid says, and her kit looks right. It does. I bet she's gonna be great. I feel like she's probably the new gold standard for DPS.
Light said Miyabi is the fox girl.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so I was correct on that pick. My goal is 200 polls. I feel like you're at that now, Light, so long as you've been doing the events. I've like only had one update to get to 15k Primo Gems or whatever it is, currency. You're at 152, so you're almost there. But then you maybe skipping Lighter. Lighter's gonna buff apparently fire and ice, and I don't know which Miyabi is. I think she might be ice, so I feel like you might want to consider getting Lighter, but who knows? Because he's a good stunner, and he also buffs that element, so he could be exactly made for her. Although I don't know, I could be talking my ass right now. I don't know that much about the nitty-gritty detail scaling stuff, about specifically Zenless. The Bleach ep is out. The
Catman 11,234 said Virgil is my fucking man. I said yesterday I love Speed to death, and his amount of strikes is god tier emo. I'll try to replicate his stop time and slash 1,000 times in any game. Skyrim's slow Tims.
Yeah, so slow time, you just like go to town and slash people. I agree. Again, I can't describe how like everyone on this planet is probably like, Virgil can pop off, he's very cool. But
Light said Miyabi
the playstyle
is Ice Anomaly.
Yeah, she's Miyabi. Yeah. So then I feel like Light, if you're gonna, I'm surprised, Light. I feel like, not that I don't understand you wanting to just go all in for Miyabi. I'm just curious if there was gonna be is it worth getting her a third constellation, or is it worth getting Lighter because he's going to buff up her damage, you know? Maybe you hate Lighter, I don't know. I don't even know if Lighter's going to particularly do that. I think Lighter buffs, he stuns people, and he also buffs up the duration of stun, and he also buffs up ice damage, I think, ice amplification, as well as fire amplification. So, yeah, I'm like, maybe consider getting a little bit of him, just because it would make your Miyabi playstyle maybe better, possibly. I don't know. I could be talking my ass here. I don't know. V says, make sure to peep. Peep at what? Peep at what? V says, it's getting good AF. What's that mean? Oh, you mean Bleach? The Bleach episodes are getting good? Yeah, I've seen a lot of people getting fired up for that too. Kat says, never. We heard of Avowed, but it looked like that gameplay happening on screen from class types you named. I'd probably do Mage or Range. If not, magic, whatever lets me have two-handed sword. Ooh, okay. I think there's like double-handed swords, like claymores, and there's also dual wielding, so you can rock two swords. But you can also have a little spell book in the left hand. I want to see if there's actually any better gameplay I can get of this, because this is just IGN.
Light said, I mean, stuns are bad with anomaly.
That's true. That is true. And again, if she's mostly anomaly, but it's not just that. It's almost like lighter. You could get lighter, and he could be in a anomaly scaling team, because he's buffing up your elemental damage, which is what you're gonna want for your anomaly teams. But it also works if you're what do you call it? Buffing up your other thing, like a stun. So if you ever do have an attacker that comes out in the future that you're interested in, you have a pretty good character that can stun enemies for attackers. You know. Although I don't know if they're synonymous. Like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe again, I don't know about this stuff. But I feel like maybe Ellen's the exception, where she scales off of attack, but then mainly does ice damage. So like, it's yeah. I don't know. I'm basically wondering, like, if a character is a good stunner, is it just dog shit basically to anyone who's an anomaly character, or like, is there some value to still be had? I don't know. What am I trying to type in? Oh, avowed gameplay. I don't know if there's a new gameplay, but there was some gameplay that showed off like some weird freak shit, like some weird monsters and shit. This might be it. This might be what we want. Let's go with this.
Raid Nate said, main reason I suggest trying to get her Grin is cause she's basically the ZZZ equivalent of an Archon. Also, anomaly is super busted.
Wait, really? Oh. Give me a sec. What do you mean? Explain yourself, Raid. Ah, I gotta say it like that. That's like that's like a solid argument. What do you mean? What do you mean? Why am I mad at you? I don't know. Rumor is we might be getting a dual banner next update for Zenless, but take that with a grain of salt. What's a dual banner mean? You mean we get like, is it like what they did with what's it called? I don't know. Like basically we're getting the free character that we get.
Said she's broken. She works with crit of what I heard.
What do you guys mean? Explain why she is like an Archon in the sense that she's like that busted. What does she do? And why? Because it's weird that she is like, I guess there's moments in the story where she's taken down like calamities, so maybe that makes sense. But that sucks a little bit. I was happy with my current path. Yeah. We may have to play it by ear kind of thing. I still think I'll go for lighter, just because it'd make my Ellen team stronger, you know? And I'm not sure if I want to go for 18 constellations on one character, you know, although I'm sure it'd be great. Raid says, how many polychromes do you have? I have 15,000 right now. Buff said it would be enough to get to one push of pity, like one, not like one route, like one get. Light says lighter would be kind of bad for Miyabi because anomaly is bad. Is with what? Because anomaly is bad with anomaly. Do you mean stunners are bad with anomaly? Yeah, sorry. I mean stuns are bad with anomaly. Yeah, I've heard that. I still don't understand that. Not that I'm not like trying to be receptive to it. I just, to me in my head, I'm like, you're slowing down the enemy unless like the enemy is getting an intrinsic debuff to anomaly damage. I don't know how the stun. I know you're not benefiting from the damage amplification of a stun particularly, but you're still benefiting from them being stuck and paused and just taking damage to the face. And you're getting the damage amplification of your element be doing more damage, right? So like even if you're not looking at the 200 extra damage that you get from stunning someone, there's still a lot of moments where stunning is just good because it stuns them as well as it's giving you this damage amplification in Lighter's case. And I don't think there's a better like anomaly stunner character than Lighter, because he's extending the window of that stun rather than like amplifying the damage that you could possibly scale off of, you know. I think maybe the equation is that it's not worth like the time it would take you to stun the enemy and build up that stun charge ends up being like just worse opposed to you just dealing just consistent damage with your anomaly DPS. So like technically you're like faster if you do the anomaly thing. I just also think that's a little bit impractical because unless you're like God Gamer constantly dodging and parrying everything, then, you know, unless you're like Jane Doe who has like infinite dodges essentially, then I think that's...
Light said, I'm getting Miyabi and her weapon. If I get them early, I'll try to get her copy.
Yeah, that's always the best. If you're gonna go with a character, you never go with like, I don't know, Zenless does push C1 sometimes. Oh, here we go. We got a nasty fucker. All right, little bot up in here. There. Goodbye. Cat says, I can't watch the new Bleach because I haven't watched any of the contextual episodes. It's like watching Dragon Ball Super without watching Z. Though you watch it is crazy. Yeah, I'm about to say, I better be fired for people watching it now. Right says, main reason I suggest you try to get her is because she is the equivalent of an Archon. Yeah. She is broken. She works with crit. I heard that. She is the Void Hunter, and she has...
Light said, I'm getting Chingy rerun, though.
Oh, okay. Okay, so wait. Raid says she is a Void Hunter, and she has her own element of Frost. I see. Weird. So is she like Shadow Frost or something? I still think I'm gonna go with my plan of like... go for lighter. We might have a refractory period unless we really fucking biff it, which we probably will because our luck is dog shit in Zenless. Anyways, then we will go for then it'll be like a toss-up between how good the archer guy is. If we want to go for like a constellation with him, if they're correct, then he's free. If not, then we're just gonna have to make another. But basically, we'll just choose. We'll choose between Fox Girl or him. Fuck, man. If it's like what you guys are saying,
found everything for her and her weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna say, if it is as OP as you guys say, oh boy, yeah. It's one of those things where like, well, that archer guy is gonna just be left by the curb, you know. Maybe that's why they're giving us him for free, is because they're kind of like, yeah. There's not going to be much reason to go for him if so many people want the Fox Girl and all that stuff. I don't know. That's tough. Makes things tough. Cat says the Avowed Mage gameplay I see on the screen looks interesting to me. If the melee combat is more than just left click, then I probably go with that. It looks meh. Oh, it looks meh. Oh, I see. So I see. Gotcha. Yeah, to me, I don't know. I find it charming. Maybe it's because I don't know. To me, RPGs are like notoriously terrible for like, hey, we have so many different ways to play, but it all like goes down to like everyone's dealing damage at the same interval with very little like nuance. It's the same shit basically. But so that's why to me when I see like them holding up like a spell tome or a wand, and them having the ability to like give themselves self buffs and stuff like that, and like heal their companions and like I think summon spiders on occasion, stuff like that all makes me be like, oh, okay, that makes me feel a little more better about like the magic stuff, because magic I think is always underutilized in
Light
games.
said my team in preparing is Lucy, Piper, Miyabi.
Lucy, Piper, Miyabi. Well, Lucy's good on any team. Piper, so you'd be getting the squad buff from Lucy and Piper. Isn't Piper like a secondary DPS though? And Miyabi, isn't she also like a very selfish DPS? I don't know. I guess I don't know if Miyabi has downtime. I don't know enough about Miyabi. But it sounds like a fine team. Yeah, especially if you're all doing elemental stuff. Maybe that's why you're using all those characters, is because you don't want to stun, or you just want to try to debuff elemental stuff and shred enemies' health to stuff like that. Makes sense. That makes sense. Let's change the background music. It's
Light said she's a burst DPD.
Oh, so she does it. So she does have some downtime. Got it. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. Raid says, also, I'm not sure how good Lighter is because I haven't watched any of the early showcase videos. Yeah, I haven't either. Lone sent me a bunch. I think it'll work good for our character, for Ellen team specifically. I think that would be a good get, I think. When you start throwing around stuff like she's an Archon, man, shit, that's a big thing. Those are big words. I'm wondering if Raid knows the gravity of those words. The Raiden Shogun was like, even if she wasn't like the craziest like mainline DPS, she was still like an absurd burst character, battery character. Had so many other like values.
Mike said I hear Ellen might get a rune.
Oh, rerun? Yeah. Ellen's. I'm not sure Ellen gets better with constellations like much. Like I find her like you can easily gain stacks within like a split second, so you don't really need her first one. But yeah. Raid also said we might be getting an Ellen rerun. My team prepping for Lucy. That cat says, maybe I think the Avowed Mage looks meh because I'm spoiled with Skyrim 6. Well, yeah, probably. But in Skyrim, do you get to hold a fucking wand, cat, okay, or a spell book, and possibly a staff? Probably not, though. Or flintlock pistols? Fuck you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. To me, I'm excited for Avowed, and a part of me is like, I like that they did the stupid mage shit. I like that it's not just... That's it. I hate. It's boring. It's boring. I'm happy that they're like, hey, maybe there's like you find a cool book, little sorcerer's tome or some shit. Maybe it gives you like the ability to lifesteal on attack or some shit. You find a wand, it's cursed. It's gonna give you the ability to soul drain mana from people.
Light said I have Lucy M5 plus her M4 increases crit damage by an additional 10%.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. Do we know what the lighter banner is gonna have alongside it? Is there any leaks about the lighter banner? What he's gonna have alongside it? Because, dude, if Lucy was on there, I'd be so happy.
Catman 11,234 said, yes, you can with mods. A spellbook in one hand and a staff in the other. Though I dislike staves because they use charges, whereas magic uses Magika.
I was about to say.
I'm the type of player to not use resources.
Yeah, I'm about to say I'm the same way with Cat, but I was also gonna be like, I mean, if you're playing a lich person who specializes in like draining the souls of mortals, then I don't know. Like, I feel like that'd be a cool mod. If you had like a mod that buffed up staff's damage exponentially.
Lone Syndicate said, I'm late as hell, but how
We're
are you?
Good, buddy. Thank you for stopping by. What do you call it? I think it'd be really cool if there was a game that had like you had like magic staffs, or like say you download a Skyrim mod and you have a staff mod that increases damage to all staffs by a certain amount, and lets you basically have like a spell in your offhand that like drains energy from the person that you're in front of, and maybe have like better versions of that same spell that like soul traps the enemy, or what do you call it? Life drains them, or drains their stamina, or something, or maybe increases your speed when you're draining somebody, something like that. And you basically are just powering up your staff with the life essence around you. That'd be kind of cool. Or maybe they use wards to where like you can, any oncoming damage gets pushed back into your staff. Like that to me would be a fun, different playstyle approach to that stuff. But yes, I would imagine there's a mod for everything in the Skyrim. But yes, but I still think like the mage books and stuff look really cool. I will say, does it seem like this guy went for magic? And I think I don't know. To me, it wouldn't be terrible going for archery, so long as they made it cool. Because that's something that I always find really cool, Cat. I'm not sure if you ever fuck with any of the archery builds. But it's probably
Light said I've been waiting forever for
I know. We know, Cat. I'm not Cat. Light. We know. Trust me. Whenever Light pops up in here, he's like, 10 more. Oh, 2 more weeks. No, I mean 2 more months. Fuck. I mean 3 more months. Shit.
Catman 11,234 said with Summer Mist enchantments, you can enchant a necklace or ring that recharges weapons. Ooh. Also the Undeath. Path to Lichdom mod has Bane of Life, Soul Drain, Magika Ward, damage goes to mana.
Ooh, that's fun. That's pretty huge. Yeah, I'll definitely have to get that mod. That's I have the video that's going to go up tomorrow. Not tomorrow, sorry, Monday. That's going to talk about like our experience with Skyrim VR, the Mad God pack, and loving on you guys for hanging in there with me. And then this second like quarter part of that video is me being like, okay, this is our plan, and I'm going to start working on that, because that's one of the takeaways I had for this like whole month of streaming. That's pretty evident is that was, I think, the highlight for us. But we still have next week's Elden Ring thing, which I do think is going to be pretty fun for people as well. If I can get that mod working tonight and then tomorrow, because I'm going to work on that for these 2 days and hopefully get it going. Oh, I'm so happy I was able to get a video done this week, by the way. You have no idea. You have no idea. I was like, please. I gotta bump my chest. Maybe whenever I drink water, I wonder if I just go like, when like I just suck in a bunch of air and I just constantly have an air bubble in my chest. It's not great.
Light said I'm going to max Miyabi day 1, and if I don't get her weapon, I swear.
Oh yeah, are you prepped for her? What's good, Bolty? Yo! But look at this game. This game is like peak freak shit, alright? Peak freak shit. You're talking to like these little fucking weirdos. You got like a little elf man that's like a furry thing. You gotta look at how beautiful the areas are. I'm excited. It's coming out, I think. Oh shit, I think it's coming out early next year. The second month of next year, I think. Yeah. February 2nd, I think. So it's about like, it's still a bit away. It's still a bit away, but hey. Hey, Polish. Kat says, I did a stealth archer as my first ever build back in Skyrim Xbox 360. Got to level 40-ish and used slow time to shoot 10 arrows into someone. Yeah. Did you ever go with the, like, yeah, you said stealth, but did you just go with sneak, or did you eventually get, like, I think every stealth character in Skyrim is constantly walking around with, I think it's like clairvoyance or something, but it's like a alteration, I think, skill, or is it illusion? It's one of them, but it's basically you're just like casting a shitty illusion spell constantly so that you're like leveling up an illusion to eventually get to like, I think it's adapt. It's either adapt or expert. It might be expert. But anyways, it's the invisibility one, which just makes you a god. Like you can literally just go boom and you're just like taking people off and they're like, where is he? They're just all getting eviscerated with critical shots. Used glass armor and daggers. Yeah, what do you call it? Dude, what this is a question for the diehard Skyrim fans in the audience. What was the coolest weapon in all of Skyrim? There's only one answer. There's only one answer, okay? What was it? I'll give you a hint. It was a sword, okay? Cat says, I didn't realize Stealth Archer was such a universal experience until, yeah, man, yeah. It was one of those things where everyone was like, I'm a god. Honestly, it makes sense. It's one of the few, like, things in Elder Scrolls that I'm like, I'm happy that, like, this insanity was made real. Like, if you think about, in a world of magic where you can go invisible, in a world of, like, fantasy where, like, you can literally crouch and become, like, invisible to the naked eye, and if you're in darkness, you're even more hidden. And then, on top of all that, you put the cherry on top and you're like, oh, okay, and you have a ranged archer that can be like really good scaling damage, etc. And if you get conjurations, you can get like a fucking Daedric bow that scales really hard. Anyway, and all those things together just require like, imagine the terror and dread of like a bandit just chilling. You know what I mean? And then you're just getting fucking like domed in the neck by an arrow, and he's like, where the fuck is he? I can't see him. And boom, another one. And then another one. And then there's fucking sick fucks.
11,234 said the coolest weapon in all of Skyrim is a Daedric artifact, probably Dawnbreaker.
No! That's not the answer, Cat. The coolest weapon in all of Skyrim is the Children. Okay? Not even close. Not any weapon comes available. And the Dawnbreaker, I will also have you know, the Dawnbreaker is not worth the quest line of this lady fucking jump scaring you and being like, I have a mission for you. Ha! You're like, shit. Also, it's just a shit weapon. Like, you rarely fight fucking skeletons ever, and it's like, you get more damage to undead. You fight Draugr, I guess, quite a lot, but you're gonna switch to a whole new weapon and, like, beat the shit out of a Draugr, and then switch back to your no. No. You just, you have a Daedric weapon or something else that just rips on everything. But the coolest weapon is this, like, ice-enchanted glass blue sword that you can only get by doing a quest in the, for the Thieves Guild.
Catman 11,234 said Chillrend is a fucking regular ass glass sword. Bruh.
What a bunch of absolute heresy, Cat. What a bunch of absolute heresy. First of all, glass swords are the
Syndicate said, what did the weapons look like in Do GRINN?
Let me tell you. Actually, it's gonna be too much work for me to show you. I'm gonna have to pull up a video. It's gonna be a whole thing. It's not like we don't have time, but what do you call it? The Dawnbreaker is basically like a normal sword you'd see, except it had like a little glowing sun thing in the thing, it looked good. I don't get me wrong. The children, or not children, sorry. This Dawnbreaker looks cool. But the issue is that its special effect, it was a weapon that didn't scale absurdly well. Maybe with mods it does. And it also had a really shitty perk that was like, did more damage to undead, which is just like a very specific enemy type that you don't always fight. In fact, I mean, you fight them in dungeons, I guess, in like Draga ruins. But like, my point is that like your basic other sword will out DPS the Dawn sword by a lot, usually in like the base game of like 360 era stuff. Whereas the children, it was like this beautiful glass sword, which glass swords are like elven looking, so people always thought like the glass weapon types looked awesome in general. But this one basically was, instead of this like big pungent green color, it was this nice blue cyan color. And it had so much sheen on it because it was literally like an elven glass sword. And what do you call it? It was one of the few weapons that had like an elven, what is it called? A cryo imbue on it. So the other thing that's OP about the children is it had a unique perk that, I think it was a unique perk, that when you meleeed people, basically, it had a chance of like freezing them and locking them up and like throwing them to the ground, which has always been like an absurdly powerful thing in combat, especially with a weapon that like attacks very fast. So you'd walk up to someone, start whipping them with his badass like blue sword, and then he just fucking seize up and crash to the ground. Then you just start ground pounding the fuck out of them.
I just got a drive disc with crit rate and crit damage. I got crazy lucky for me.
Ooh, let's go, Light. That's awesome, buddy. Happy for you.
Catman 11234 said Dawnbreaker has a fire enchantment as well as damage to undead. Also makes a glowy holy explosion when slaying undead that did AoE damage.
Did it also do AoE?
Chillrend is cool but doesn't match our artifact of the gods.
Yeah, but I wish we could see stats. I wish we could see stats, because I feel like most people got the Dawnbreaker and thought really cool, and then they looked at what the weapon that they were using, and they were like, my weapon does more damage than this. Yeah, and I'm rarely fighting undead, because like undead are kind of a symptom of like doing dungeons and stuff like that. But anyways, my point is that I would be willing to wager like $50, which we can't, because we can't find the thing. But I would just, my confidence level, basically. I would be willing to wager the people who use the Dawnguard sword versus the people who use the children. I feel like the people who use the children were significantly more, because I feel like most people got the Dawnguard sword and were like, cool, and then they fucking threw it in their backpack and thought, I'll put it up in my house and never use that again. Let me see. Light says, Dawnbreaker was so cool. Really, man? Maybe it was just me that I thought was the fucking Dawnbreaker was ass. But I definitely didn't think. It's not one of the things when I ask people about like weapons in Skyrim they remember. I remember people bring up the like the sacrificial dagger. That looks like pretty iconic. I think people bring up the crossbows and stuff like that. And then I hear a lot of people bring up like the children, and then I thought there was one other obscure like a great sword that unlocked eventually that I don't remember, but apparently it was really cool. But it was so late game that only people who were really grinding the fuck out of Skyrim have a vivid memory, and melee scaling wasn't always great in Skyrim. so yeah, basically the people who did like make it to late game with a melee build for two-handed greatswords were unique, I guess, because it's just the gameplay got boring, whereas others maybe didn't. Like I think magic you could jump around a little bit with like conjuration and destruction and stuff like that. Whereas the melee was in Skyrim was at least in the Xbox era was pretty boring because it's just like slash 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 slash.
Catman 11234 said the ebony blade was the greatsword. A large two-handed katana, also a Daedric artifact.
I just don't remember it being that cool looking. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I don't remember this part. I never played very much melee in that game, so maybe that's where I'm lacking on. Let's see. Skyrim ebony blade. Yeah, man, this looks basic. Yeah, these fucking weebs out here with their like Oadachi looking ass. Okay.
Lone Syndicate said, I'm not sure if this weapon exists in Skyrim because I've only heard of it, but was there really a sword in Skyrim that got more powerful the more you killed innocent people?
That's the dagger we're talking about. That's the Daedric dagger, I believe. looks sinister as fuck until you realize that it's a dagger that you can only get by killing people. Also, it's only up to a certain point, I believe. Like, it's up to 100 points of damage. So even though it's true, I think people did the math and basically like that. It basically caps out at like a Daedric dagger. So it doesn't actually do more damage. It just does endgame-ish damage, which is kind of neat, but it's so much work to fucking go find innocent people to kill all the time. No, it's Ebony Blade. Oh, is this the one? Oh, I thought it was. I thought what's the Daedric dagger then? I thought what did the Daedric? I thought the Daedric dagger was specifically for killing like sacrificial stuff. Well, I'll be. I want to go to face cam. That's what I'm trying to do. Let's see. Yeah, I guess this is it. Yeah, never mind. Okay, I can tell shows why I know. I did use melee a lot.
234 said Ebony Blade absorbs the life essence of your foes.
Yeah.
Strengthened by the blood of deceit.
Exactly what I'm reading right now. Yeah. Okay, so then what did the dagger do? What am I mistaking? What is it called? That I don't know what it is. A dagger? How would I find that? It's like the dagger looks all jagged. There it is. How do you get this fucking crazy looking dagger? Come on, it's called. Nope, that's not it. That's what it's called. Mura's Razor. Mura's. I can't say her name, but yeah. That's what it's called. Ooh, there it is. Hits have a small chance of... Okay, that's what it was. Never mind. Yeah, I'm getting my wires crossed. Okay, yeah. So this is what I was thinking of. Which you can't tell me that doesn't make more sense. Okay? Look at this shit. This is some a crock of shit right now. Okay? You can't tell me that this blade right here... Out of these two... Ah, it's so fucking small. God damn it. Zoom in. Out of these two blades, which one gives you the power of, like, the more you kill, the stronger it becomes? This? Or this? A giant katana thing? Or a fucking dagger that's jagged and shit? And, yeah, what a dumb thing. Anyways. But yes, I shows, yeah, man, I never used melee weapons enough. But I do remember using the children because it looked that cool. But was it? Am I correct on that? At least, Cat, where like back in the day of like, when I'm not talking about like mods, I'm talking about like Xbox 3 era, where it was capped up to a point, like you couldn't, like I think a person pushed it to its limit of basically like going around killing random innocent stuff in the Dark Brotherhood quest lines, and basically found out that like, yeah, it's not, it caps out eventually, basically at like the same amount as like a Daedric Claymore, I think. But maybe that's not true either.
Lone Syndicate said, honestly, Gring, the dagger looks more like it mainly because of the jagged edges.
Yeah, thank you. I was about to say, I feel like that's why my brain was like, yeah.
234 said, put up a side-by-side for Chillrend and the Dawnbreaker.
I'll have to find it, man.
Let's see what the chat/democracy thinks.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Again, my whole point is not that my point is that the Dawnbreaker, its ability, I don't think many people found very useful because you're not fighting undead that much. In use. It's like whenever I seen like playthroughs, I watched a fuck ton of playthroughs for Skyrim. I never actually seen very many people use what do you call it, the Dawnbreaker as like an end-ish game weapon in any way. Dawn Breaker. Yeah, I feel like also people are gonna say Dawnbreaker because Dawnbreaker looks very nice. But it wasn't that Dawnbreaker didn't look nice. It was that it what do you call it? It did not function. Sorry, its functionality I didn't think was what people liked. Chillrend, Dennis. Is that an okay image? I'm trying to. 1 second. Why? I just had an image pop up. Why is it not here anymore? It's like the only image that looked kind of semi-okay. I guess this one will have to do. It's not very nice. It's also not. No, that one's not.
McFlufferkin said Ebony Blade is ebony. Mehrunes Razor is pretty much the same model as it had in Oblivion, with Mehrunes Dagon being the main antagonist, Daedric Prince.
Got it. Got it.
Catman 11234 said, just me personally, I used Dawnbreaker for a sword and shield playthrough, along with the Dwemer.
But you never aged out of it?
When you blocked with it, called Spellbreaker.
There was that big ass fucking mace that looked crazy. Anyways, yeah. So this is what it called. This is Dawnbreaker. Very pretty sword. You got a little sun in the middle. All right, cool. It looks very like minimalist. And this is the Children. It's basically, again, it's my favorite weapon from Skyrim. It's basically like an elven weapon, so it's kind of hard to see here, but it does shine like crazy. So like, and it has ice particles fragmenting off of it, which maybe I can show you a little image of that. Let me see. Again, I wanted to find an image that was white like that with a white backdrop, but I couldn't find it for the goddamn Children. Also, this might be a mod, but still, yeah, this looks like a mod, so this is kind of shitty. But this is kind of not. This is not similar to the ice particle effects, but just know that it had some ice particle effects going on. But alas, those are the two. My favorite was the Children, but I'm curious what you guys think. Again, Dawnguard sword does look pretty. Looks more like a saber-ish kind of vibe, and mine looks more like a classic medieval knight sword type vibe. I just like how it bows at the top like this. What do you guys think? Made fighting dragons nice. How to make fighting dragons nice? Because of the shield? Yeah, I will say, I do remember
Catman
that.
11,234 said Chorend does have a cooler handle, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Again, my favorite thing was just seeing like it's reflective, because the glass weapons always had like reflective
Lone
sheen.
Syndicate said that sword looks so basic.
Which one? Was it the Children? Oh my god! Like, I will say, if it was the Children, the ice effect looks very cool on it. And if it's the Dawnbreaker, the lighting effect, the particle lighting effect looks very cool. Looks very cool. Dawnbreaker with the handle would be dope. Yeah. Again, some of the retextures I imagine go pop off with both of those weapons. The one that looks like a gladiator blade. Really? Oh, this one? You don't like this one? You don't like mine? I think mine is like it has like the bowing at the top kind of vibe. Really? Oh, I like this one a lot. Well, we may have different tastes. Cat says, Children is the model of a basic glass sword, but at the same time, Dawnbreaker could be used more. I don't think that's true though. What do you call it? I thought it's very rare to get ice. I thought the Children has a unique effect where it actually applies like a paralysis, or a chance to apply paralysis, which makes it, at least to me, like a nicer ability than whenever you kill an undead, you get an AoE, and then you get fire damage, which I believe the fire damage was like 8, but this is where like maybe scaling fucked up when I got the mission.
McFlufferkin said Dawnbreaker was fun, but it definitely was niche, less so with Dawnguard. Chillrend was a recolored glass sword, not a unique model. Personally used Dawnbreaker, Spellbreaker, and Mace of Molag Bal.
No, for sure. But what I was going to say about this what do you call it? This Children though, people say like it's a retextured glass sword. The issue I have with that is that like glass swords are unarguably one of the coolest designed weapons of the game, but it's a bright fucking neon green, which most people don't like because it's such an overpowering thing. Whereas the blue. Again, this is one of those things where, like, if I was a betting man, I'd be like, if we both looked at who used what more, at like you know how we see Steam charts about what game is being played the most, or what game was being played the most at one time, I feel like I'd win with the Children, even though it might just be considered a retextured glass sword. I just remember so many people when I asked them about like what was your favorite weapon in Skyrim, and a lot of them said Children, despite it was like a super skippable weapon. Like, it was literally just a weapon that was in, like, a thieves' chest. But, it's like, whenever every playthrough I see a person rock that fucking bright, glowing blue cyan sword. That's, like, a fragmenting with ice particle effects coming off it, you know? But this is where maybe that's my bias of, like, Let's Players that I've seen and myself. Maybe, like, the mass majority of people actually didn't like it that much, but yeah, and I people like meme to death the Mara, like the Dawnbreaker quest chain, basically. We were finding that like orb. People hate the fucking quest chain. Apparently, I never hated it that much, but I see people have such a dislikement for it, so I imagine the weapon is also something people don't really care for, you know. Not that other one, Grin. Oh, not that one. The other one. Oh, you mean the Spartan one? So you were saying you didn't really enjoy the Dawnguard one. Yeah, I guess that one is more Spartan based. Yeah. We should change up the gameplay.
Catman 11234 said you were right about scaling. Chillrend scales up to level 46 while Dawnbreaker has the same damage amount whenever you pick it up. I still love the undead explosion AoE Thag Dawnbreaker does though.
So maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's why people didn't really like hang on to the weapon, is because it just didn't scale, which maybe was like the core problem with Skyrim. That makes sense. I like the ice blade. Okay, I see it. Yay! Spell break, yeah, coolest shield, but yeah, I was about to say the Spellbreaker thing. I could see like the ultimate like paladin cosplay, it being that one shield that like is like a cone that basically absorbs magic hits, and then you have a sword. I think I kept that shield just because of how cool it looked, just because it was like, oh boy.
McFlufferkin said no argument there. Unfortunately, Chillrend was a Thieves Guild thing that I rarely got.
Yeah.
The one playthrough I did as a Nightingale was an unarmed fighter, so Chillrend wasn't a common get for me.
Dang. Yeah, I played like an assassin stealth person, and I was like, yeah, every time I picked up a weapon, I was like, piece of shit. Because it basically, the weapon was only as good as its effect, essentially, that it could do, because I wasn't like scaling off crazy damage, so I was like, okay. But then I finally got Children, and it has that one effect that basically like locks up an enemy and just like makes them go down, which is so fucking good. It's like, it reminded me of Oblivion days, where like you're like melee, 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 and then the person just goes hit. And gets put on their back, and then you just start fucking ground pounding the shit out of them. And it was like my one thing as a thief who had no like actual DPS output. It allowed me to still feel like what the gameplay is pseudo with a sword and shield, or sword, I guess. It was more like sword and destruction magic, which was also pretty fun. I was gonna say that was my only thing that I was saddened by Skyrim with. I wish Skyrim let you actually like. I wish they just like augmented the two-handed or one-handed skill trees to basically be fists. And yeah, and if you just scaled up your base fist, because you couldn't do an unarmed playthrough in Skyrim really unless you played like a Khajiit, and it scaled terribly at endgame, unless you were willing to break the game with like potions and necklace enchanting. Then you could like make a necklace with that gives you like 100% more unarmed damage, and then people pushed it to like 200 million more unarmed damage, which I think eventually looped around and made you just do net and 0 damage, which is funny. But yeah. I will say I love the Thieves Guild. I think starts off pretty neutral, and then as soon as it starts getting into the Nightingale shit, you're like, oh fuck, it's so cool. Nightingale Fist Fighter sounds fun. Yeah, well, especially like those stealth takedowns that you can do. I did see some people do a build like that, where like you immediately go into like a kill animation, and then like it was always weird like the death animations in Skyrim, because you literally just pick up a guy and like throw him, like body slam him basically.
Said we swapped over to ZZZ.
We did. Just because yeah, I was just like, we should probably change up the gameplay. This is Lone's gameplay, by the way, that you sent me a little while back. We'll probably jump into Zenless at some point, and maybe even Withering Waves at some point as well. I have downloaded an unarmed skill tree.
McFlufferkin said, sadly, Elemental Fury Shout needs an unenchanted weapon to function.
Sadly, Elemental Fury Shout needs an unenchanted weapon. Yeah, it's shitty. I was gonna say, you know that mod we downloaded, the Catalyst or something, like the mod that gave us a bunch of skill trees in our Skyrim playthrough. Does that one also give you an unarmed skill tree, or no? Because that'd be something I'd hope that hopefully there's a compatibility, like a compatible mod that's in the same vein as that, you know. Yep, back from before mods, Khajiit had heavy gauntlets enhanced for bonus unarmed punch and dragons. Yeah, but it didn't scale though, unless you did the whole break the game and got like the necklace of what's it called, the necklace that gave you unarmed scaling as you broke the enchantment system. Cat says combining the max slow time out of the slow time and just ga. The unfortunate Skyrim legendary patch fixed the restoration enchantment loop, which means the most you can get is 160 enchantment strength versus 1,000,000 with the. I fucking hate that shit, man. Really? I was supposed to get charmed. I hate when they did that. Like, like Skyrim was in such a fun order, and then they're like, yeah, let's just patch that, like, classic Skyrim fun thing that wasn't hurting anybody. Owie flip. Like, it was one of those things where, like, if you knew about it, you could use it and break the game. And, like, you can get mods that break the game for you, so it's just silly. Maybe it's because of, like, achievements, but that's the worst reason to do anything ever. It's like, oh, but people could, like, cheat and get achievements.
McFlufferkin said Elemental Fury was my favorite shout. Was also funny to use it while dual-wielding pickaxes. Metal nodes never saw it coming.
Oh, is that? Yeah, what do you call that? I was about to say, I remember there's something like that, yeah, but increase your attack rate.
11,234 said, I think unarmed skill tree is a separate thing. The one that adds skills, but not skill trees, is Ordinator.
Oh, I see. That's tough. I hope there's one that's compatible with both. Like, you could use Ordinator and also get the unarmed one, because I think that'd be really fun. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not as fun in VR land where you're actually having to throw a punch. That'd be exhausting, but maybe. We'll be a Lich Necromancer Destruction person as we're just sitting there, just tearing through enemies. I got a bump in my chest. What do you call it? I did find a new fun book, by the way. Dude, I'm starting to realize, like, as almost everything, I get really into something like, let's say, like, manhwa, or let's say anime, and then I just get, like, drained, man. Like, super drained on it. Like, I almost, like, need to oscillate between things. Like, whether it's video games, and then I go into anime, and then I go back into video games, and then I kind of oscillate as I get more into stuff. But now it's like, what do you call it? The whole manhwas or manga or novels, etc., has been taking care of me so good for so long that now it's starting to finally atrophy, and now I feel like it's time for me to go back to anime. So I started watching what is it called with the guy with it's the RPG chicken man guy who wears a chicken head or a hawk head. Oh, I can't think of what it's called, but it's an anime, but it's good. What is it called? Alone will know it for sure. It's basically like a Sword Art Online type vibe, except you don't get trapped in that bitch, and you get like a crow head, eagle head or something, like a blue eagle head. Anyways, it's good. I watched the first episode. It's pretty goddamn good. I thought it'd be a little more cheeky and like silly, but it's just kind of awesome. Like, they have good sound design. Like, it's every time the enemy punches something, it's just like bang. And yeah. Also, I think I seen like a small clip of that anime that Fluff always enjoys, which is that I can't think of the name of it, but the premise of it, I was like, oh wow, that's quite.
Lone Syndicate said, "I don't grin. Tell me more."
You don't? You know what it's called? Lone Chicken Head Man, Hawk Chicken Head Man, Eagle Head Man.
McFlufferkin said Simon Magus' perk overhaul combined lockpick and
Shangri-La Frontier
and turned the spare tree into hand-to-hand. Ordinator worked differently, and I think moved unarmed to light armor.
Okay. Simon Magus perk overhaul combines lockpicking and pickpocketing into security. Well, that's kind of nice. And turns the spare tree into hand-to-hand. Ooh, Ordinator worked differently. And I think moving unarmed to light armor. Huh. I might have to check out what those perks are, because I did enjoy the conjuration skill trees enhancements, but I wonder if this Simon Magus guy, his are a little bit more far, like go a little more crazy. That'd be kind of neat. We'll have to see. What was I saying? Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Fluff, he is like his favorite manga, or not manga, anime.
Lone
I can't think of what it's called.
Said, I gotcha, sorry, Grin. Remember names better for anime.
Yeah, I know. I remember faces and shit like that, so we're just the other side of the coin. But anyways, I was learning about that anime you enjoy, Fluff. And I was surprised to see, when I was reading the comments, and apparently it's like a dude who changes gender whenever he gets water put on him. Is that right? Or am I thinking of a different anime? I thought it was one of the same ones where it was like this martial art one, and then I was like, oh, hot damn. That's actually like a wildly progressive anime. Like, especially how old it is? Shit. I'm sure it probably just has fun with the concept rather than, making a whole thing about it, but yeah. Dude, do you remember, did you guys also grow up in the age of, like, That's a Raven. Ned's a glass.
Catman 11,234 said GRINN when you eventually sit down to really do a
Yeah.
Skyrim playthrough, and using Ordinator, read every skill of every tree. Some things are game-changing and hidden in trees.
No, for sure. I don't disagree that they're game-changing. I just wonder what this other one is that Fluff just mentioned, which is Simon Magus's perk overhaul. You don't have that inclination, Kat, where like when someone tells you about one thing, you're kind of like, I'm interested to see what that other person's thing. Maybe Ordinator is much more like involved and much more like crazy scaling, or maybe Magnus is. But to me, it's like whichever person goes farther, as far as like fuck immersion, just become God. I'm much more into.
Lone Syndicate said I did GRINN.
What was that referring to? I did. I'm waiting for Maybe. You also waiting for Maybe, Charmed? Oh, what do you call it? You and Light both. I am going for lighter, I think, and then I'm gonna yield. I'm gonna hold. I would like to go for the Archer guy if we don't already get a base copy, but apparently people are saying, fucking Raidnade is up in here saying that Maybe, sorry for saying her name wrong, might be on par of like a disaster class type of character, like an Archon from Genshin. Like they're just a next level of kit essentially in Zenless, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know about that. So we'll see. We'll see how strong she is and how fun her gameplay is. I don't tend to like the Virgil gameplay because it's very slow to me. Hence why I like Jane Doe, who just like constantly is almost like a berserker, you know. Agreed there. What Fluff says, Light makes more sense as a monk. Puglets? What? Oh, light armor? Oh, I see. Yeah, for like paladin stuff. Yeah. That makes some sense. Yeah. Although having it, like, to me, it's like you're basically trying to merge two skill trees into one, opposed to having a whole skill tree dedicated to, like, that one branching path, you know? So to me, as much as I think it maybe makes more sense, having one whole skill tree of, like, a myriad of skills of hand-to-hand combat also seems like, at least to me, it'd keep things kind of interesting about, like, doing a heavy hit, shreds the enemy's resistance. Doing a special back hit, like walking backwards and hitting melee, you unlock a secret move that lets you like bounce an enemy backwards and put them on their ass. You know, like stuff like that would be all things like that. I'm like, ooh, that could be a lot of fun. Now, how does that affect with Skyrim VR?
Fluffican said Gate to Scion uses Simon Magus's overhauls is a simpler overhaul. Removes and merges redundant perks, like Dual Cast is default available. Silent Spell is in Sneak. It's got vanilla perk count.
Huh.
Catman 11,234 said Pugilist. Also the gloves where you get the fist enchantment in the Warrens in Riften. Gloves of the Pugilist.
What's that mean? What is that? What? What? Charm says, I love using Ellen. Yeah, Ellen's awesome too. I like Ellen as too. I just don't know if I would really associate Ellen with like the same style as Miyabi, which seems, I don't know. Apparently people say Miyabi is like a burst character. Like I wonder if that means like she builds up a charge and then like expends a giant bunch of damage, and then you're supposed to switch off to somebody else, maybe? I don't know. Cat says, for me, I like fully learning something before I move on to something else. So I want to master Ordinator for. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. So it's not that I don't believe you, Kat. To me, I'm like, I think it's because you started with Ordinator.
McFlufferkin said Ranma 1/2 is that anime. Yes,
yeah, that's the one.
Sadly, the English dub has some poor localization decisions in the remake, but you'll like it, I figure.
Yeah, it's on the list, but it's not quite high because there's so many other things.
If you want GRINN.
Yeah, sure, that'd be great, actually. I wouldn't mind hearing about them, too. I won't probably be able to give you a response to my reaction to it for, like, probably next Tuesday, hopefully. It was when so things will balance out, because I have to do something today and tomorrow, which is both prepping for our next week's stream for, like, the whole first-person mod configuration stuff. But what I was saying, Kat, was, what do you call it? I feel like most people, like, when you're starting to your mod list, aren't you trying to, like, quantify the best of that type, you know? Like, whether it's like, ooh, I want to have, like, a perk overhaul. So then you go down the rabbit hole of looking at all the perk overhauls. Yeah, and then I think that's how most people work. And then maybe you choose a perk overhaul, and instead of jumping the gun way too early, you want to see it through. But there's still like this like desire to learn what is both sides, I think, right? And unless you're just a very unique person in that case, where you're like, whatever the first thing is there, I grab it and I say, I'm going to learn all this. And I'm like, but what if you choose the wrong thing? Fuck it. I'm going to learn all of it anyway. You're like, okay. You're going to like try to make the best choice possible. That's a strange thing. Raid says, have you seen Miyabi's animations? Just I've seen a little bit of them. I think they're cool looking. I've seen them mainly through a reference of the bow guy, which his animations look cool too. I am curious about her little ghost wisp beside her that looks neat. Like she has like a little spirit. That's fun. But yeah, I shouldn't maybe jump the gun and say I don't like Miyabi. I just know that the Archer guy's gameplay looks like a lot of fun to me. Like it looks like a lot more of like setting up like what I would like for my character's gameplay, which is like setting up a bunch of pieces and then knocking everything down and like creating like a explosive extravaganza, which seems like what he does. Whereas Miyabi, I think, may just be like a alt nuke essentially, but maybe that's wrong. By alt nuke, I don't mean like an alt nuke. I mean like that she's designed to like switch to her, use her for like 10 seconds, but she's gonna fucking dish out a lot of damage, then switch off her and like prep your other characters' effects on the team, you know? Which is powerful, but it's just not very fun for me because I like to like sink into a character's playstyle, i.e. why I like Ellen so much is because you can really just you can play a lot of Ellen. Like she gets so much energy so fast that you can constantly stay in her like blitzkrieging like kind of attack pattern. Raid says, do we have any plans for next month's stream wise? What do you mean, Raid? I don't want to jump the gun talking too much about all the insights and stuff from our month of streaming, but we're probably gonna have on the final week of the stream extravaganza. Depending on what happens, we might, and this is a pretty big might, stream on Sunday. When I say might, we might do it on Saturday, but we could also do it on Sunday, where we basically look at our previous streams stuff essentially, and kind of come up with takeaways and all the things that we're gonna do moving into the new year. The one thing that's a spoiler alert for you guys, it's not very much of a surprise.
Flufferkin said Miyabi is anomaly, dual element, and apparently crit stat focused. Freeze and burn aren't necessarily burst damage status types, but she'll likely do a lot given how highly anticipated and changed.
Yeah, that's what worries me. It's like I hope she's strong as shit, but if she's like Archon levels of like dog, you're fucking up. You're fucking up bad. If you're not getting her, then it's a little like But granted, maybe it's just gonna be like an absolute win. Where that was my Discord, not yours. Maybe it'll be like an absolute win where we'll not only get Miyabi. Also, what's good, Nog? What's good, Nog? It's okay, buddy. I'm happy just here. But yeah, maybe we'll get a free copy of the Archer Boy, and then we'll have a chance to go on Miyabi's banner. I just feel like if they're going to give us a free version of the Archer Boy, they probably would put a lot of power in his weapon and Constellation 1, just to kind of be like, hey, for those of you guys who wanted more, you know. But if Miyabi is so good, then you're like, fuck, dude. We still got one copy of him to kind of dabble with, so it's a kind of like a win-win, I guess. But if she does specialize in ice, it's not like we don't have a lot of ice characters like primed up for her. Essentially, if she replaces my Ellen or whatnot. My back hurts so fucking much. Ow. Oh, dude, my sore body. Oh, I get distracted playing Bro Tota. What? Bro Tato. What's Bro Tato? That sounds like a fake game. Sounds like something you tell your girlfriend when you were jerking off or something. I was playing Bro Tato. Nothing sus.
Flufferkin said Bernice is the current off-field anomaly. I figure Miyabi won't have as much off-field power, but she might be more flexible than most.
Could be. Oh, also, I want to show you guys this. I've had this like set here forever. So, you know the classic game, Getting Over It? Well, guess what? Some sick monster made a whole ass game about it in VR land. And apparently this is just the beginning. Like what you see here all the way up to the lighthouse is 10% of it. So it's going to be 100% all up that. And it doesn't look easy to play. But I thought this is the hell that we could talk about, and it's not out yet. But oh my god, can you imagine the nightmare? It's like a roguelike bullet hell. Oh, okay. Also, I didn't mean to turn off that. I just wanted to turn it down. That's just for me.
Lone Syndicate said I interest because for Dr. Ratio in Star Rail, his Constellation 1 wasn't something to go for.
Yeah, maybe. Again, if that's the case, I would hope that's the case, where we're chilling. We're big chilling, and it's just like, hey, We can get the one guy and we're good. Maybe you can like look at his weapon, possibly. There's a desire to learn both sides, but if I swap back and forth, I can confirm. No, that makes sense. Yeah. So make sure you're making a proper decision at the beginning, but then when you've chosen something, then fully embrace. That makes sense. I'm more about what will satisfy my desire to the best, I guess, you know? And I feel like the only way I can know that is if I kind of, use a little bit of this and use a little bit of that and be like, oh, I'm kind of drawing to that.
She'll be Archon levels, especially not Zhongli, but while she's ZZZ's Ayaka, a beta character delayed until the end of the first year, she'll probably sell like Raiden Shogun.
Yeah, see, like, again, so long as she meets the Archon vibe of, like, Raiden, where, like, basically there's so much value behind her that she's basically, like, future-proof as well as just being absurdly fun. That's where I meet, where I'm like, shit. But if you're thinking about account progression, I probably could skip her and just go with the Electro person. That way I'm like kind of set with those elements, I guess. Although it's not like you can have two Electro teams essentially, Oh, Cat says, love when I fall in VR and my stomach drop. Really? I don't have any of that. I have pretty much zero survivable instincts. I just have a tremendous amount of motion sickness. So I can't say I would not prefer yours of like the motion weird stomach things. Also, this is a fun video. A guy named Wolfie, so he always interslices weird little clips with whatever he's talking about. Raid says, I'm going to miss the month of streaming once it's over, but I'll enjoy it while it's... Well, we'll see. We'll see, Raid. I don't want to spoil things, but I don't want to say that we're going to continue doing a month, but I think we could do more in probably bursts that would make more sense. Like, I think if we're ever going to get behind, like, a thing, like maybe it's a Skyrim playthrough, it would make sense for us to do, like, 1 week that's light, maybe, like 3 Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, our normal like light stream week, and then for like bigger games, maybe like when Avowed comes out or maybe when GTA comes out. I can't do GTA because I'm not going to play it on PC or a console. But like maybe for other things, then we can do a whole week of playing it. I think that makes more sense, But I don't know. I'll also have to play it by ear because the one thing I do think I fucked up on is I gave myself the expectation that I was going to like basically try to manage the whole like daily stream thing and then content creation, and there's a reason why people don't do that. Hopefully I can remember to tell you guys about that, but holy shit, is there a reason why people don't do that? It's like yeah. I'll wait to tell you about it, hopefully. Oh, good save, dude. Jeez Louise. Yeah, this would be insane. People complaining about like getting over it and how fucking tiring it is, and then you have to physically do it now. Oh my god, you look like babies. You look like babies being like, "Oh, it's so hard." Meanwhile, you have to actually put in the work. Also, if you touch the water, you teleport to the beginning. So it's not like getting over it, where like you can get close to the thing, and you can't really get like you can go back pretty far, but not like the ground zero. It's like no, if you touch the water, you're just gone back to square one, which is ass. Interested because of Dr. Ratio in Star Rail has Constellation 1. What was necessary?
McFluffican said technically Caesar is the Zhongli Bennett of ZZZ.
Yeah.
Miyabi may wind up the Ayaka, Raiden, but hard to say how future-proof she'll truly be.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Squad passive is flexible rather than just lighter plus Bernie's.
Yeah, I would say that's the only thing I feel like in Zenless and in Withering Waves, I feel like it's a little lacking. Yeah, I find it's a little, what do you call it? The support characters don't feel as fun. Like, I think that was something that, Lone mentioned when when we were talking about, me not wanting to turn on, leave Quincy or our bow staff girl behind, and then Lone was basically like, yeah, but that's kind of just the nature of these gacha games, Grin, is that you kind of you move on eventually. Like, old characters become retired and new characters come in. But, what do you call it? What was I saying? It threw me off. But I kind of, in my head, I thought about that as the night went on, and I remembered Lone saying that, and I thought, well, in Genshin, we used Shang, is it Shangli? Shangli and Shinshu, whatever. Basically, the fire girl who whipped like a fire tornado around her, and the dude who had like ice spears. So like a good support will always almost be a really fucking good support. Yeah, that's the one thing that it's kind of sad that we don't have as much of in this game. Or at least if we do, it's not like what I'm used to, which is like very, you feel their presence in the fight. It's not just like you're now scaling more, your damage is now better. I get, yeah. Also, do I need to do the Shino defense thing? Does anybody know the exact? I looked up a video to do it because I fucking hate this thing so much. It's the what is it called? Like every week you have to burn the stupid event thing down. This thing, this stuff right here. Not this. Sorry, this. So I looked up a person on how to do it properly, essentially, and I think I found it, but I just wanted to make sure that was correct. But I'm not sure if I'll have time to explain. But maybe later when we finally burn our resin, I'll ask you guys about it. But yeah, basically there's like, what is the most efficient way to burn all of your stuff in a week? Because it's definitely not doing the hardest possible one, because it just lasts so long. You're better off doing a bunch of small ones. At least that's been my time experience, you know. Nog says it's like $5 on Steam, also on Game Pass for free. Ooh, that's cool. That's pretty huge, yeah. What do you call it? I feel like I would try the one that Fluff suggested, especially Fluff made a lot of sense about like if we're...
McFlufferkin said also with Reds and a mutual friend's help, I think I fixed the random crashes.
Ooh, nice!
Capped Skyrim's FPS to 60, and activated resizable bar, which both seemed to help.
Ooh, nice! That's awesome. That's awesome. What do you call it, Fluff? It sounded like you were kind of like... it was going downhill a little bit, so I'm happy you found your path. That. Oh, no, I unequipped you. This. Oh, there is that it? Oh, I can just hit recommended tapes. I didn't know I could auto do that. Well, that's faster, isn't it? Shit. And now we are still off to prepare for the guy. Oh, I forgot to do the... Oh, never mind. We're fine. We're golden. We're golden. Bang! All of it achieved. A whopping... What is the small... Inspirational small packs? What's that? I don't know what that is, but yeah. We got it, apparently. Neat. That's all done. Oh, we should spend... Yeah, we're going to spend a resin on that. So, all right, let's see our damage. I've been prepping for him the whole week. I feel like we've made no progress, but hey. But hey. Forget about it. We'll be fine. This. Photos. All right, let's see. For the enhancement, we need 30 of the one things. We got it. We also need 30 of the blue ones. We got it. And we're okay, so we can level him up. I'm not sure if we have enough money. But we can level him up at least material-wise, which is fine. As far as the fire material, we need... I don't think we need as many as it shows here, because I think it's leveling up all of his stats to 10, which we're not doing, probably, I think. We need 25 of the blue one, of these ones. We don't have enough. We need 75 of the blue ones. Nope. And not even close to the red ones. Well, we got a lot to go, but let's go burn some of that. Wrong thing. This training elements. Oh, my body. Raid says, Shangli is still one of my only off-field pyro characters. Amen. Also with Red. All right, yeah.
McFlufferkin said had a long session without any issues.
Woo!
Left Riverwood, cleared a dungeon, interacted with a few standing stones, paused and left it idle for an hour, resumed, camped, slept, leveled up, no crash.
Hell yeah. I feel like you're good then. You're much better than I am, man. Sometimes you're playing and you're like, oh god, something broke in the background, what do I do? And it's a mess. But yeah. How much will I get for this? I know it came out. And go! Oh, I did mute the game. I should probably unmute it because you guys can't hear shit. Pause. Also, am I getting behind on events? I feel like I am. We probably should focus on doing that today. The good old events. Good old FOMO events and stuff. Ooh, that's loud as shit. That's loud as shit. That's loud for me. Chill out. Let's half that. Yay! Turn down that a little bit. Stop hitting me! I do notice there's a stun whenever you kill somebody. That's a little sad. You would hope that your vessel is numb and feels nothing. And nope, don't do that. Oh, I don't have enough for that Caesar. Damn it. Probably better to have Caesar as a buff than the stun multiplier. Stun!
McFluffykins said with his daily bounty bonus, just pick what you want most for the day. It's only applied for 5 cards, or one fully packed material fight such as this.
Lone Syndicate said, referring back to Genshin Hoyo, for whatever reason never power crept characters that often, if fact, in some case it got to a point where they was doing reverse power crept and releasing characters.
Yeah, I agree. It's like Mihoyo gave a good reason for like why reverse power creep is worse than power creep. Because at least with power creep, you're like, hey, the thing that's new is better. So like the thing that I've been using for 6 months or two months probably, it's high time we move on, you know? And then by the time we move on, you got a new pretty thing that's doing a little bit more damage. Rather than it being like, I mean, yeah, it's still kind of okay, you know? I don't know if they ever got better at that. I will say the one character that I did want, that I thought was like unique enough to want in Genshin, was that like, what was it called? Mega Man homage character that like could bounce up in the air like 10 feet, looked like Giga strong.
At your service.
Oh, I forgot I gotta do the other thing first.
Get back.
We probably should have switched there. Actually, we would have got Caesar's shield for free. I should not be hitting me, man.
Following orders.
Oh, I still don't have Caesar's shield. Damn it. No, it's fine. We do enough damage anyway.
Get back.
Raid says I didn't even realize you were actually playing, Grim.
McFluffykins said Liyue characters are Hoyo's favorite children. Zhongli, Ganyu, and Hu Tao remain top of their class. Partly as an appeal to their Chinese audience.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably. Fuckers. Fuckers. Sons of bitches.
Gnawing Fetus said double drop for what raid name?
For what do you call it? For Zenless, there's like a double drop for your upgrade ascension. They usually do it when a banner is coming to an end because people are prepping for the next character, so they want to have like make it easier for you to prep. But also, it probably has something to do with what's the word? Like psychology-wise, your brain's like, oh, I'm gonna be able to make this character godly day one. So if I did want to wish him, basically it just incentivizes you wishing. Like it makes you be like, oh, I don't even have the resources, dude. I'm not even gonna go for this character. Whereas if you're pretty close to the character, you're probably gonna go for the character. But it probably could be yeah. I should probably not be so cynical. It probably is a nice thing. I just rip in my mouth like a lot. Then I have to swallow it.
Take this.
I don't know what it is about my body, dude. I don't think I digest things like good at all. I think I should just starve myself completely, but it's not like a physical weight thing issue. It's just me, like my body. Whenever I eat food, it's just like I hate myself, and it's not like I'm a mental game. It's literally my digestion that's like, God, stop.
National Team Comp is still one of the most common and reliable teams without really any 5 stars required.
Yeah, the national
Bennett,
team. Yeah.
Xingqiu, and the other ones.
And the other
Lone
ones.
Syndicate said it also was hard to be excited for new characters because of it.
Yeah.
But now, at least, from the recent characters, not only do they look cool, they are good like the newest characters rides around on.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think ever since the Dendro arc, it started getting kind of better because Electro and shit started to really sing. And then I think they recently started to get better. It's almost like it comes in like weird waves. Right, says, yeah, what Grin said, double material drop. Yeah. Ooh, guys, I have too many things around me that I shouldn't eat, but they're all over me. All right, I got a fresh bag of unopened, Cineplex popcorn, baby. It's also double sealed, so that's why it's not open. It's one of those, like, don't, like, let it spill everywhere kind of thing. Ah.
Lone Syndicate said she rides around on a giant rifle and rains down Hellfire.
Ooh, Hellfire. Okay. That sounds awesome. That sounds really cool. Again, man. I can't even describe how much fucking, like, horrific emotions I have with that game. like, I'm subsequently like, oh, that's very cool. And then being like just having some sort of fucking, like, 1,000-mile stare of, like, no. No. Don't look at me and get the fuck away from me. I don't know why, but it's toxic and I'm aware of it, but I can't stop it. I don't want to stop it, alright? Get away from me. Nog says, oh, the good stuff there. Ooh, the good stuff, man. But sometimes they fuck up the ratio. The ratio is perfect of, like, just the right amount of butter. Lots of butter, honestly, probably too much butter. Stop my heart kind of butter. Fuck my cholesterol up kind of butter. And then these fuckers sometimes go heavy-handed on the salt. I don't like salt too much. Salt's too much for me. But I'll take some butter instead of salt. Salt kicks my ass, dude. I feel like corrosive when I drink too much salt.
McFlufferkin said Natlan's tribes are all different cultures and themes.
Ooh.
Newest is a cowgirl gun witch, as Lone described.
Ooh, a cowboy gun witch. That just
Lone
sounds
Syndicate
cool.
said I still peeking on Genshin every now and then just to see the new characters and their abilities.
Yeah, I know. I see them, but then I just look at... I just feel sick. I just fucking hate it. I don't know what it is. It's this part of me that when I see it, it's just what people feel like when they have, like, an ex. Because I've had, various whatever relationships, ex, whatever we call it. And I've always had, like, a great relationship afterwards. It's always like, yeah, whatever, just didn't work, things like that. But holy shit. When I fucking see Genshin, I just want to grind my teeth apart. You know what I mean? I'm like, you fucking bitch. And it's not healthy. It's very unhealthy, probably. But I hate it. And yet there's a part of me that's like, cool. Ugh. What are we doing, by the way? This is... Oh, that's a double drop weekend. Did I miss the one thing? Oh, I'm such a stupid idiot. Dumb. Is that... Did I... Yeah, I think I did. Son of a bitch. Did I fuck up? No, I didn't fuck up yet. Okay, good. We still have some time. All right, good. This is... Yeah, one day. Yeah, shit. I need to make sure we bang this out today. Did I not do this one? Can I do the next one? Complete the event commission virtual battlefield mayhem to unlock. Where's that? Virtual, is this next one? Virtual battle mayhem. Is that a quest?
McFlufferkin said the Fire Archon gets a whole ass motorcycle in her kit, and her jumpsuit zipper goes all the way. Ripped Scar's crotch zipper. Long live Mavuika's full body zipper.
Crazy. I did see that. I still feel like I was very disappointed by the Fire Archon, though. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, yeah. Raid says, all I'ma say is the grapple hook dude, Kenshi, was the most fun I had in a character in Genshin in a long time. Yeah, the grapple hook dude. Yeah, is that the 8-bit Mega Man kind of guy? Nog says most butter have a lot of salt in it, but you really do need some salt to make stuff taste right. Alfredo sauce is like just butter, cornstarch, and milk with a surprising amount of salt. Yeah. What do you call it? For me, it's more of like a how I feel. It's almost like a. I feel like maybe it's because of exercise or whatever it is, but like I feel like I have a pretty good attunement to my body to some extent, to where I notice like salt kicks my ass. Like it's not very good unless I have sufficient potassium stuff. So stuff like that. But did I get the one thing? Usually it tells you if it's an event. We have so many things. There it is. Virtual revenge.
McFlufferkin said can't do much with a motorcycle leather jumpsuits, so she gets crazy hair to make up for a plain body shape.
Yeah, dude, I still remember, oh man, I don't know what it was. I think it was this character from Fate Stay Night, but it was like crazy. I think she was supposed to be Caesar, like, because they're all supposed to be like fucking, no, not Caesar, sorry. What's the guy's fucking, who's like a psychopath? Nero, is that his name? Nero? But I think she's supposed to be like him or something like that. But anyway, she's like a blonde person, but she's wearing like a crazy fucking. People wild and people go crazy when it comes to designing characters, man. But it reminds me when Fluff was saying like she has a zipper, like a jumpsuit type zipper vibe. She's supposed to be like a priest, I guess, or some shit. But she got one of them zippers that goes to fucking the ends of the earth. We'll say that. And it's just like Jesus Christ, Jesus. Where's Bella? Belle. I need to talk to you apparently for this quest. Oh shit. Oh, I didn't know it was this, dude.
Said Nero, the evil twin of Saber Artorias.
Is that what it is? She's a blonde girl. I don't know if that's the same person I'm thinking of. Face. She didn't seem evil. She seemed like she was like a reformed version of that guy. Okay, here we go. Is this not a dialogue heavy thing? No, it is. Is this the main quest? I thought this was just for the thing, dude. Oh.
There's so many people at Luminous Square today.
Fuck. Fuck, I didn't mean to start this.
Jason! No, that's not Faithin, it's Nullface. It's not surprising you confused them. Ever since Faithin went quiet, Nullface has been one of the top proxies.
What's so great about Nullface? Are they really that good? Up against the famed Section 6 with the Void Hunter Miyabi in charge? I'd say Nullface is out of options.
Am I Nullface?
Lady Miyabi is here! The rest of Section 6! Lady Miyabi! Please step on
That's
me!
light. That's light.
Master! My heart has something to say!
Shokaku! Dog, wanna be my... No, that came out all wrong.
No wonder it's so crowded. They're all
He's
fans
the
of
least
Section 6.
threatening.
Looks like they're hosting an event here. Should we get out of here? We don't want to be another notch on Section 6's belt like Nullface.
What are you talking about, Belle? We're law-abiding citizens.
What's wrong, Deputy Chief?
It's probably just my imagination, but I feel like something is about to happen.
Damn it. I did not mean to start this. It's probably not a bad idea that we do, but...
Lone Syndicate said Section 6 fan are down bad.
Down bad. And I fuck up. I thought I was trying to do like the Hollow Live quest thing. and yeah, now it's like, hey...
McFluffikins said, I only keep up with Fate due to Crony having the same artist as Nero, Saber, and that Astolfo is an obnoxiously popular femboy.
Yeah, is it obnoxious? Because I watched that one anime, which was quite good. It was like one of the Fates, but it had was where Astolfo appeared. But they made him pretty fun, like a good vibe in person. You know what I mean? Not quite as sexualized as the internet seems to make it, but hey. You're from Section 9. Thank you for your concern regarding this case. Love it. Company makes billions and can't afford to voice act characters. Awesome. Whoa. I'm sorry. It's funny. I do read a fucking absurd amount. Probably more than the average person, given how much manhwa I read. Maybe it doesn't count. I think it counts. But yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm just so like, ugh, stop.
Lone Syndicate said you can quit out the story after this.
Oh, I can? Okay. Oh, am I able to still do the event? Because the event seemed like it was telling me to do something, but I guess I did the main story rather than what I thought was the event. So can I quit out at this? Pause? Yes. Okay, good. I'm not opposed to doing the story. I just wanted to do the thing. Yeah, let's see. If I go back to that one place, I just want to double check that that's what it was asking. We just go here, teleport to that thing. Which event are you referring to? This thing. That's the last day to achieve it because I'm just so lazy behind it. This thing. The mayhem shittery. If I go here, I can't continue without it saying you need to complete the Virtual Battle Mayhem 3. I did. S rank, anchor, S rank. Is there like a Virtual Battle 3? I did this one. Yeah. Is there another Virtual Battle S rank 3? No. Oh, is it this? No, it didn't say Virtual Battle S Rank 3. Virtual Battle Mayhem 3. Is that a quest? Oh! Virtual Battle Mayhem 4. What's that?
Lone Syndicate said, go to your quest log.
Got it.
You have to select it.
I got it. Thank you. I selected the wrong thing. So is that questline just introduced Miyabi? Oh, how enlightening. Fuck you, dude. Are you shitting me? That's what I needed to do? Was that necessary? Hey, go fucking teleport to the right time and just interact at that point, and then boom. Dumb. That's so stupid. Anyways. I'm triggered. Anyways, what do we got?
Waiting for the... Hey, ready and waiting.
Oh, dude. I don't wanna.
Ready for combat. You want to test
I
my
don't
hammer?
wanna.
How can I help?
Hey, don't look. Awaiting further instructions.
I don't know. Could we use Caesar?
Only the brave will win.
Yeah.
That's me.
McFlufferkin said there's a few fun mods that improve Unagi's outfit. Some add more armor, others give her leggings, others give Oni horns.
Oh, that's cute.
Also, Grace, Bernice, and Soldier 11 got Section 6 outfits.
Yeah, I remember seeing that the soldier stuff, all of them having like on-theme outfits.
Hey, don't look down on me.
I don't know if we should use all the
Awaiting
characters.
further you want to test my
Oh,
hammer?
fuck it. Let's just see.
Hey, don't look down.
Well, it doesn't hurt to give it a test run. I just don't know how to use these characters perfectly, so it kind of feels like it's, bound
Lone
failure.
Syndicate said it would be a good chance to see if Soldier 11 gameplay is for you, Grin.
I don't think it is. I mean, unless it's giving me like a Hi-Fi Rush vibe with the beats in the background, I don't think it is. And it's on like rhythm.
Evade.
Ah!
Take it on. Copy that.
I don't want to wait. Dude, this is Virgil's gameplay. I'm gonna kill myself. I hate it. I hate it so much. Pause. 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 It's like I keep hitting the wrong button.
Counter.
So eventually, I think I run out of my fire. Is there a reason to pause when you have your alt going? Like, is your ult, or not your ult, sorry, I mean your like skill. Is your skill like your free reign just to go nuts? Just go sicko mode? She doesn't have a whole charge apparently.
Said the trials are pretty solid for each challenge. They're mostly suited to the effect you get buffs.
Huh. I don't like it. I feel like the cost of me having to pause is not worth the damage. It's like equal to me just button mashing with any other character. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, does that make sense? Like, I feel like if I were to take 2 gameplay clips of me with Ellen just like rattling off my attacks, and then her having her like little moments of like pause, attack, pause, attack. I feel like I would be able to.
Said most just use her skill and ult to bypass the whole timing thing.
Her ult and skill, yeah. But the skill doesn't last forever, right? So that's what you can do in the meantime. I guess that's true. If you just have enough energy recharge, it probably is less bad. But yeah, it's unlikely. But I feel like Soldier 11 could use a rework with the rest of the whole squad. But yeah. I wouldn't be upset with that, because again, it just doesn't feel like, I get it if that's their whole premise. It's almost like so many games to me I hate dearly the melee and ranged games, like games that have like melee proclivities or playstyles and then gun playstyles, because almost always it's never balanced in the way of like, hey, what's the one problem that a melee person has? Oh, getting to the target. Maybe we could add like a dash, like 3 dashes that you unlock when you hold a weapon that can help you like massively traverse, and this makes it so that you can always switch to a melee weapon if you're an archer or a gunner, and use those dashes just to help better traverse it, right? Fun. But most games don't even do that. Most games are like, we're going to basically make it so that the range damage does maybe just a little bit less than the melee damage, but the melee people are in infinitely more danger having to be up close to the enemy and not able to escape at all. If you have to play melee, you should have absurdly high scaling given your archer and whatnot counterparts, your range counterparts. Because, yeah, otherwise it's just like, what are we doing? Dumb. But that was actually not bad. I was worried we weren't going to get S rank because I wasn't feeling like I was playing really well. But hey, it all worked out. This and this. What characters we got now? Ooh, the character I dislike the most playing. I still don't like the way this character feels to play, but guess what?
Let me fill a cup of hot water.
Abby coming in hot.
Nothing to fear.
McFlufferkin said her kit has very little going for it. It's decent damage, and still is the go-to fire attacker.
Yeah.
But her best teams are all other standard S and A ranks, which are also lackluster.
Yeah, what do you call it? I feel like, to me, it's like you said, I feel like she calls for more of a rework. Maybe not. But again, if they scaled up her damage to be, like, heavily sufficient to where, like, you have to play to this weird, like, niche gameplay loop, then maybe. Then that would be, like, valuing her being like, hey, it's a little shitty, but holy fuck, do you, like, shred things? That'd be kind of neat. But it feels like, again, it feels like how most games balance themselves is like, okay, this is the baseline for damage, okay? Now, every character should be able to kind of tickle that ceiling. And with investments, they may be able to over succeed it, so on and so forth. So it's like all that kind of shitty stuff. Where I don't feel like that's how you should balance things, you know? I don't think it should be like an element of like, well, technically everyone is doing 10,000 damage when it's all said and done. But the way this person gets there is infinitely harder than this other random asshole who's just shitting out abilities and just happens to nuke everything. It's like, no, you should earn your anomaly, essentially, or abnormality. So if you have to, like, do a lot more, like, that's why I don't mind that Camilla in Withering Waves is, like, the new gold standard for damage a little bit, because it's a weird free character to use. You gotta, like, build up a charge here, wait to activate this thing, then activate her Blossom before her ult to get the most out of it. Otherwise, she feels like she's just, like, kind of spinning and tickling people, which is not very good compared to all these other characters. So I would always hope that the characters do that, where there's more complexity, but it's also made up for it, you know? Nog says, melee should be able to tank hits. Range should be able to melt shit.
McFlufferkin said Zhu Yuan is sorta in the same boat, mostly straightforward, and is on field less due to needing Qingyi to stun and Nicole to cluster up and debuff before you unload her ammo and ult.
I also feel like Qingyi would feel much better. She's one of the few characters, at least for me, that I feel like when she has no shells. Like, when she has no shells, she's like, fuck, dude. Whereas when you're playing, like, Ellen, it's almost an instant that you can get max charges, I should say. But not interesting you said that people should always, melee people should be able to tank hits, and range should be able to melt shots, but should have decent mobility, at least. Yeah, the issue with range and mobility, I don't disagree with it. I just think melee, like, because if you're playing a melee build, you're already playing a game, like a gameplay loop that's fairly kind of like basic as far as like, I don't know how you can iterate upon the complexity of combat, but like if you think about a melee person.
McFlufferkin said she feels much better with C1. It's almost mandatory.
Yeah. I was gonna say for like, if you think of yourself, you know, with like a melee build, it's all about, like, if you were to really reduce it to its essence, it's literally just get as close as you possibly can and then start chopping down the tree in front of you. Now maybe you do that in 1,000 different ways with like sabers or hatchets or axes or all these things. But if you think about an archer, you're having to predict like where the enemy is going to strafe or move. You could miss. If you happen to get a headshot, it changes from if you got a stomach shot, etc. So all those things kind of feel like they matter, and it feels like that's pretty safe when it comes to like range people. I feel like we know how to satisfy a ranger. If you like hit a headshot with a bow from 10 feet away and you hear like a satisfying dink that's like different than all the other impact hits, then you're like, ooh, you know. Whereas a melee person, if your melee gameplay is already limited, where you're just supposed to get close to someone and chop them down, then I feel like it would make sense to add not a tankiness, because I still feel like taking damage sucks. Like when I take damage in a video game, I just feel like I'm like, damn it, I feel like I lost. Maybe it's like Dark Souls when they just fucking half your health, but I don't like that feeling. I love the feel. Like, my favorite game with the best melee combat in the whole world, I think, is Shadow Warrior. Shadow Warrior 2 specifically. Where basically it lets you have, like, these dodges. It lets you, like, dodge to the left, dodge to the right, then dive in. But then you could also, like, prime a strike so that you dive in, and as soon as you dive in, you fucking do this, like, katana swipe, and it just, like, melts a person right in half, or slices a person right in half. But like that's what I kind of I would rather not be tanky.
Said during those time I didn't have a stunner for my Zhu Yuan team, so I just used Rina, and when I didn't have ammo, it was rough.
Yeah, see, that's what's tough. Let's see. I still don't know how to play the cop lady that very well, so forgive me if it's shitty gameplay. I don't really remember how she gets shells. I don't know if I need to like shoot a bunch or if I use her skill.
Said since Haramasa has been confirmed shock attack, I wonder if Pulchra will be the same, or if she might be a dual element now that Miyabi sets the precedent.
Okay, we're primed. We're primed for violence.
Standing back.
I tried using my skill. It didn't really pop off. Ah! I don't know how to use this character.
Face the consequences.
I think she can kill that. Attack, 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 attack. I don't know what I'm doing.
Sustain fire.
This might be easier.
You can share the load, Julian.
Come on.
Fine.
This.
Stop resisting.
Nope, this.
No restrictions.
Die!
Well.
She attacks so slowly, man. I'm holding down the trigger and it's just like ba-ding, 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 and I'm just like, damn it! Yeah, see, we got A rank. What is it? Trigger 2, trigger tactical buff, at least 2. What's that? What is a tactical buff? Is that Noelle? Did I not do Noelle right? Shit. Fuck. Nog says, like, melee should be able to use their mobility to close in, and ranged people should... Yeah. I wouldn't also be opposed to, like, ranged people having, like, the ability to, like have almost like a teleport or a dash, and then having warriors, because it kind of makes sense that, like, a ranged person would have the ability to, like, teleport, whereas a buff fucking warrior has the ability just to, like, push forward really with, like, a quick instance, you know? And maybe...
McFlufferkin said new mechanics are coming, too. Virtual idols will be the first trio ult, and each are a different element: ice support, healer, physical stun, ether anomaly.
Ooh, that's the first we have for healers.
Mostly new role and attribute combo.
I was gonna say, I never really felt
Lone
the...
Syndicate said recent leaks on Pulchra says she is a physical stun character.
Freeze.
I'm about to say, I never really felt the impact. Oh, that could stack up on me. Everybody stack up on me, get stunned.
Standing by.
What is Noelle? How does Noelle expend her charges? Oh, God, man, she sucks. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just, you get knocked. You have, like, no fucking interruption resistance either? Shit. There.
Understood.
I apologize for my outburst. If that was just like, Jesus. All right, this is our moment. How do I expend... How do I expend her shells? I don't know how I expend your shells. We'll do this a little bit. We'll do this again. We'll do this.
You're under arrest.
We'll do this again.
Lone Syndicate said don't worry about her charges, Grin, just use skill.
Yeah, no, it wasn't really that, sorry. It was just that, like, I kept getting interrupted, basically. I just kept getting stunned. Is that what I was supposed to do? No, what is it? How do I do that? It says trigger tactical buff. What's a tactical buff? Is my ching...
McFlufferkin said top right is the tactical thing. Perfect assist in this case.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. So what's a perfect assist? I just got a switch? What's a perfect assist again? Is that just like the perfect parry? Or is that just like when you switch to your other characters? Perfect assist, restore that, increases ultimate. How do I get a perfect assist, my dude? Ah!
Hooligan. Okay.
Did I do one there?
Sustain fire.
Lone Syndicate said yes when the enemy flash yellow swap to another character.
When the enemy flashes yellow. How do they do that? How do I see them flash into another color?
Face the consequences. Huh? Fine.
Like this?
Wakey wake. You're under arrest. Let's test your mettle. Hooligan. Okay.
Fuck it. We'll just use this cuz.
An opening.
Okay, so maybe that's what it is. That looked more familiar. Ah, chop down tree.
Lone Syndicate said, wait for them to attack Grin, and no, that's a chain attack.
I thought we got it though. I thought we did 2. There.
Just leave it to me.
I don't know. I think like it doesn't really do a good job. It shows you on the side that your character's like, I can go in now. Yeah. Okay, we did. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, is there an element that pops up on the character that I could look at? You know, or because I kept looking at the bottom right corner to see if like it said like you're good.
Said, watch the enemy. They flash yellow or red. Yellow is perfect assists. Red is a dodge.
Oh, I always just dodge. But so if there's like if I look at the character, they'll twinge with yellow, and then I can switch to my character, and they'll do like a special attack move. Oh, I didn't know that. Or I just have always depended on dodging being plenty enough, you know. But we have more. But we have basically got all we can out of this, so we can claim, and claim some more, and claim some more. It's actually a pretty good little get of gems. But now we move on to the frontier. Oh God, I don't know what this really means. Is it harder or less hard?
We fighting?
I'll help you win. The lunch is on you.
Lone Syndicate said when you see the character icon pop up in the bottom right grin, that is a quick assist.
What's the difference between a perfect assist?
I'll beat everyone.
I don't know if I understand, man. I know there's something that happens when you do a dodge. I know there's one that happens when you like chain enemies together. I also know there's a perfect defense. So there's a perfect defense, perfect assist, character charge swap, and what's the other one I just mentioned? Damn it, the dodge. So like, Jesus, stop, please. Bottom right, that assists. Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if I get it. Also, let's see. I have this character. I have no interest in building her, but maybe she's good. I don't know.
Syndicate said I.
Get her shield going just cuz. She's very similar to Jane Doe, even with her Y skill. Kind of shocking that she came out so fast, actually.
Looks like I win this time.
Parried! Ah!
It's my turn. No problem. I'm over here.
Somebody could definitely dish out some pain.
McFlufferkin said quick assists are usually when a character does something to then swap out to another to keep the offensive going.
Got it.
Perfect assist is a swap that acts as a dodge and counterattack.
You have to read that when we're done. We got a moment here. Get over there. Oh, there's more. I thought we were done. These go on for quite a lot more, a lot longer. I mean. Hit the fucking things, man. Slow and steady. I feel like my Jane Doe could be doing much better, but hey. Man, she really benefits from the whole. Well, maybe not. I mean, maybe we're doing like a lot of damage. It seems like. Focus on the one guy, please. Sure.
You don't have what it takes.
Kill the other one. Probably should have waited to stun this person. My Caesar could do that, I think. Hurry up and get broken, damn you. Parried, trash. More of this. No, stop.
McFlufferkin said quick assists also appear when your active unit takes a big, staggering hit.
Okay.
Perfect assist only works by swapping when enemies flash yellow at the right time.
Did we do good? Yellow or A? It's S. Good. Okay, let me see. Okay, Fluff says, quick assists are usually when characters do something that to then swap out to another to keep your offensive going. Perfect assist is a swap that
Lone
acts as a
Syndicate
dodge.
said, I want to build my Neko mainly because she's the only dark skin character, and in these games, that's rare.
Yeah, it'd be neat. It'd be neat. Quick assists. It's kind of hilarious that it's like she's just kind of tan, but yes, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, yes, technically, it is the farthest that any Asian anime company has ever went, essentially, which is like, okay. It's still a little telling. Anyway, boom. Let us also. Oh, this is. Oh no.
McFlufferkin said Bernice also triggers quick assist window when using her ult.
Nice. Oh, but you also quick assists also appear when your active unit takes a big staggering hit. Oh yeah. No, I do know that bit where like it's if your character ever gets knocked back, it's like switch to another character to kind of get out of this stun, which I think is cool. Bernice is also triggering quick assist without window when using her ult. Oh, that's neat. Okay. So when you use her ult or when you like log out of her ult? God, Bernice looks so cool.
Sure, I'll make it painless.
Oh, ow! Wrong thing. Ay, chill out.
McFlufferkin said Latina Piper is one of my favorite mods, mostly due to the thorough effort the mod maker put into it, also harkens back to her original concept art.
Noise. This is why Caesar's so good and so nice, is because you can't just kind of be okay forever. Chill out! You're way too into this! Oh.
Okay, let's make this quick.
Hurry up and die! You're trash! You're literally nothing. Get out of me! Get out! So where's the next? Parried. Wrong thing. Part of me wants to do this. I don't know if it's better than my other character. Probably not, but hey. Switch to this. No, switch. I tried to switch to Ellen. God damn it. Oh, my Ellen. You're going to be dead in 2 seconds anyway. Now you, I can do this. Oh, you're even stunned for me. Attack, attack, give me my spinnies. There we go.
Oops, sorry.
Sure, this.
Lone Syndicate said it is better green because it makes doing disorder proc easier.
It's better because it makes doing disorder proc easier. What does that mean? Also, before that, Fluff says, Latina Piper is one of my favorite mods. Makes her a little more tan, maybe. Put into it and harken it back.
McFlufferkin said
Nekomata
Nekomata and Shinyan. Red-clad tan girls that are were cursed to be in a sea of fair-skinned majority.
Nakamata Antenna is a red clan tan girl that are/were cursed to be in the sea of fair-skinned. Yeah, I was gonna say I always preferred the version of was it Nakamata or was it Piper? Whatever you just said. Like one of the characters that we were supposed to get was supposed to be like a badass shaman lady who was all tanned and shit. And she looked damn good. But let's see what we got. We got Piper again. Oh, and we got Miyabi. I don't know if I want to choose Miyabi, man. I don't like Miyabi's playstyle. I shouldn't say I don't like it. I don't know how to really do it. It's more of like a lack of understanding. Complete this order, frontline challenge. Complete the stage with agent health greater than that. Trigger tactical buff at least. What's the tactical buff that I need to set off, though?
Want a glass of nitro fuel?
I think she should be able to do it, right?
A mission. If you need help.
Awaiting orders.
It's hard not to put Caesar in every team, just because it kind of makes sense.
Only the brave will a new case to solve.
Bernice, Caesar, and Jane Doe? Would that be acceptable?
Take me. Only the
Which alien
Might
you
be
have
acceptable.
we fight. Victory will be
Physical.
ours.
That's ice. Physical. There we go. Let's see. This might not be a good idea. Maybe we won't be able to meet the criteria of what it wants from us, but let's see.
Lone Syndicate said you could use Jane and Burnus to proc disorder.
Yeah. Oh, so that also worked? Good.
McFluffican said really hope that concept is repurposed for a future
Oh, me too,
character.
man.
Maybe drop the literal wheel and change the exhaust pipe horn, but keep the Native American vibe.
I agree. I would love to see that. You son of a bitch. Woo! Back out of that. Woo.
Let me at him.
Bolton said playing Burners without her brainlock song should be a crime.
What is? Oh, a song playing? Dude, that shit drives me nuts. It's too much. It's cute as hell, but it's also like, jeez. It's too much meme for me.
Here's a taste of the abyss.
It was like an hour-long thing of that, and I'm like, people are crazy. People are like, their proclivity for strangeness is far exceeded my own. You can see that out here slapping. Tap, hold.
Lone Syndicate said Bernice.
Stop! Stop! Now we can just cook. You're about to get stunned anyway. Sure, we'll do this. Just to send you off.
McFlufferton said mocktail, rock salt, ice.
Stop.
The final
Yeah, she must. I mean, it's good for them because it definitely gets stuck in people's heads. Because the fact that y'all are out here rehearsing it by name is wild. Also, whatever, pop man. There's so much shit with Disorder that I'm like, I don't even know what's happening. You know what I mean? We're like, the dude has half his health bar, and it's taken us this far to get that health bar, and then the game just decides, I guess he's dead. I guess like 5 Disorders detonate finally, and he's just dead. And you're like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, dude. I'm just dodging and trying to keep up abilities on cooldown, which is kind of all you need to do. But hey,
Ready and waiting.
can I get away with something in
Lone
this?
Syndicate said I actually add that song to my playlist.
You're a psychopath. You're a lunatic.
Awaiting touch me tail. Ready and waiting.
Could I get away with a different thing? What does it want from me? It wants me to... Same thing. Trigger whatever effect. What is the effect that it wants me to do? The enemy stun recovery speed is increased by 40. When attacked... is attacked all squad members, chain attack is increased. Does it want me to chain attack? Does it not tell you what it wants, like this trigger tactical debuff is before you enter?
Awaiting for... Time for some tail care.
Will I be able to... I'm trying to think of what would be a team that would still mimic what they're wanting me to mimic.
Touch my tail. And now.
Could my Ellen team work?
I've been waiting for you.
What is my Ellen team again? It's this.
Only the
And then this.
Let's take ready and wait.
Would this work, or does it specifically want me to do something with
Lone
fire?
Syndicate said, Grin, I could explain Disorder to you, but I think it would be better to do so down the like when you get a Disorder character you're into, so I'll save it
I
for
agree.
now.
I feel like I'm maybe just... I also...
McFlufferton said love the art and animation loops for that. She's so cute.
Yeah, no,
The SPNG is definitely catchier than Hoyo had any right to make.
Yeah, no, for sure. I guarantee it's some intern guy who has like a hobby of making music and memed, and then they're like, yeah. I think most creative things, unfortunately, happen from most creative things happen because of like them being like, whatever. Like they just don't have any control over it, so they're like, sure. And then like a bunch of passionate other weirdos in the company are like, oh, well, let's make a music video to go with it, and they're like way too excited to do this one unique thing, and as they should be. But I feel like most things seem to like the more corporate they get, the more like it also seems to like art goes to die a little bit by all that too. You know?
Sure.
What does it want me to do here? Chain attacks. Let's see. I don't have auto chain attack going, so maybe this will not work out for me.
Want some more?
When you're already getting attacked by 17 enemies, it does help when you just have any disorder stuff going on. Or sorry, like it's super easy to detonate anything. This. Sorry, it's easy to dodge is what I was trying to say. Jesus Christ. And
Here's a
some of
taste of the
this.
abyss.
What? Also, Bolty, how's the story going, my dude?
McFlufferkin said gonna catch a shower. If I'm not back before stream ends.
Let's
Hope
make
y'all
this
have a
quick.
lovely
You too,
weekend,
Fluff.
and we'll see y'all for RFPS
Thank you so much for
on
staying with
Monday.
me, and what do you call it, staying and hanging out with us. Appreciate you. What do you call it? We hope you have fun with your Skyrim playthrough. Hopefully all that modding fuckery is fixed. I feel like we didn't do what it wanted us to do. I don't think we got any like chain swap bullshit, so let's see. I think we got F. Yep, we didn't do chain nonsense. You need to trigger a tactical buff, but we're not going to tell you what it is because we hate you. Fucking dumb. Son of a bitch. Anyways.
Balti said, oh right, last time, I forgot to end my thought.
Oh, what the? Yeah, I was just wondering about what you were up to.
Ready and waiting.
Maybe we could do with this.
Don't awaiting further instruct.
Touch my tail.
I get a lot of swap cancel stuff from this team,
Only the brave.
even though it doesn't make sense.
Let me finish my coffee.
This team shouldn't work as well as it does, but it does, and we're not going to think about it too much. And yeah. Yeah, but I was curious about Bolty about what do you call it? Have you like what has been the thing that you've been working
Lone
on this week?
Syndicate said they don't tell you GRINN before you select the characters.
They don't tell me. Yeah, I was about to say it's annoying, or maybe they do tell me and I'm insane. I think also I don't have the auto chain attack, so I'm just getting bent. Also, look at the fucking damage my Ellen does. She's not even perfect, man.
Your weak spot. Get lost. Get back.
With pleasure.
Time to shine.
Why can't I trigger my special thing?
Okay.
Usually it lets me change. It's like it's been enough time. You can auto detonate your stuff now. Ice is mighty convenient. I just need for you to swap. If I had the auto fucking swap character thing, that'd be much easier.
Following orders.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen this time either. I should just stop trying to make unique things happen.
Take this.
Lone Syndicate said they do tell you also the Bangbu tells you during the stage Grin. Also, do you have manual chain attacks
No,
on
I have it on the like what it's not manual, so it's gonna be a nightmare. There we go, we got one. Does it count if I get two? I think it did. I think we're good. Let's see. Maybe it has to be two separate entities, not like chained together. We got it though. I think that's enough. But let me see. What did Lone say? The thing they don't. They do. Dom tell you Grin. Do you mean they don't tell you Grin? You select the characters. Sorry, they do tell you when you. Yeah, when you log in, they tell you, but that's unhelpful because like I need to know what you're trying to get out of me before I enter the challenge. Not as, or do they tell you? That's what I'm wondering. I don't think it does. It just tells you that they want you to trigger 3 different types of disorder kind of thing. But maybe if I click my character, if I click the character, it will show us maybe. Because, yeah. Like, the only thing that it's... Maybe you can see that it wants you to have perfect assists, like for this one.
Officer
Shit, man. If they want us to get perfect assists, then what character team would be better at that? This team or the other team?
Volty said, I've been thinking about writing the time skip, grown-up segment for my gluttony character, but I feel like I'm just projecting my ideals a bit.
I mean, but that's the kind of the thing to some extent, Volty. I think... I don't know. I feel like it's... People sometimes, I think, get stuck into a weird thing where, like, they're trying to tell a story so solely based on their... basically, they feel like a fraud when they're like, I am basically in some ways my main character. And I don't like that myself is coming through too much in that main character, you know? Like, maybe it's your ideals. Maybe it's your perception of the world. Maybe you're like, I should stop trying to treat them like I'm them and just treat them as they're their own person. But I think it's also wrong. I think like the point of storytelling in a lot of ways is you being able to know that you can be everything, so to speak. You know, like it's not like if you it's weird that people like if I were to put myself in that same position, I think it's strange because I have the most amount of understanding for myself, more than I would ever have for this character. Now you can't make every character yourself, but you can make like every character probably will. I think it's fair to say has like a shard of who you are, what you think, and what you believe. You know, and that's one of the things that I think the story. Like when I was reading like people talk about how to make a story layout and stuff like that, they said one of the things that you should try to figure out before you start writing is it sounds kind of weird, but what is the tone of your story in kind of essence? What is the kind of meaning behind your story? So like what is the journey behind these two? That's why it's nice to know the beginning, the middle, and the end, and knowing what all those things are going to have kind of like are going to speak to, you know, whether it's like overcoming the pain of the past, or maybe it's, giving in to temptations and the recoil of that, you know, whatever those, the kind of like overarching pseudo message could be, that's kind of what I think a lot of people talk to or speak to as far as like the whole effect of this all. The effect of the story, I mean, by the way, I kind of made less sense there at the end. Yeah, that should be fine, because I think she has a lot of extra defense stuff.
Lone Syndicate said you can do perfectly assist with any character, just swap to another when the enemy flashes gold during their attack.
Yeah, I just feel like sometimes it doesn't show as easily, you know, Lone. Like, I feel like sometimes it's very obvious for... let's also turn off... Disable manual attacks. Once disabled, manual attacks will trigger automatic. Let's just see how this feels. But yeah, like, what do you call it? I feel like some teams facilitate whatever effect it is more. Like, I feel like my Ellen team, I don't even give... Like, I'm basically just trying to switch to my two characters, activate their abilities, and switch back to Ellen, which then doesn't let the, like... They need to, I think, achieve a certain level of, like, combat... sequencing of like using their light attacks enough or using their skill to completion, then followed up by a light attack, and now you can parry into your other thing. Whereas I'm just so hell-bent on getting to my main DPS character, like Ellen, that team doesn't really work as well. Whereas this character, it's a little different because I do have two DPSs, which I feel like have on-field time, and they can maybe have that opening that I'm looking for, which is that perfect assist. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me see. Oh. That. I'm looking over to the corner. They also may kill things too fast, which may lead me really... There we go. Perfect assist. Also, I wonder if the perfect assist where like you get knocked back also counts. That's a chain assist. I don't know. We're trying to look for the one that's like, hey.
Donut. Steel Tusk is waiting for you.
I'm not seeing a lot of perfect assists happening.
Let's make this quick.
I see a lot of chain attacks.
There's no retreat.
This is what happens when I don't turn off chain attacks. It's just like there are chain attacks all the time, which seems to do a lot of damage. So maybe I should leave chain attacks on, but still, but still. So as soon as she lands, she usually has like the ability to have a perfect assist. Nope. Not that time.
Watch your blind spots.
I have an alt sitting here the whole time, by the way. I don't want to kill him too fast because
Heads
I want to try to farm out those perfect assists and not chain assists.
Home is where the head is?
Where are my assists, man? Oh.
No escape.
Again, it keeps giving me chain
A little
attacks.
gift for ya. Take them all.
Chain attacks are not what we want. Yeah, so maybe I gotta turn off chain attacks. I think chain attacks, if I don't do them, then I think it leaves openings for maybe you're like in yeah, see, that's fucking stupid dumb thing. Stupid dumb thing. Just swap to another enemy in the flash. Did they flash gold? Am I blind lone? That whole time did they flash gold? Now I wasn't seeing it? Maybe it's just me. I am blind. I got like face blindness, except it's like yellow tinge of enemy. That sounds racist. It's fine. I don't know. I can't see shit. I can't see whatever the moment is when I need to switch. I just keep looking at the right to see like the thing that usually says switch now.
McFlufferkin said anything you desire. Set I.
Set I what? What? Also Bolty says before that Bolty says what I mean the thing I would do is my character's place. So I feel weird about it. I think that's good. Bolty says I didn't write any of this down yet, but I wanted to make my character find a second home at his boxing gym. After the childhood incident, he gets treated badly, and his dad begins to resent him. And one thing
Lone Syndicate said that flash gold a couple of times, and don't look to the right. That's a quick assist, not a perfect assist.
Okay, so I'm looking for like a gold spark. I'll look for it this time around. And one thing I want to emphasize is that he doesn't feel guilty about anything, and he's learned about being disciplined through his boxing training. I was gonna say, Bolty, I think I feel like again, I think that's great. Like I don't think again, I think it's almost like a part of it is pseudo embarrassing where like, and I get this, like at the beginning of my story is very much hearkening to almost like an element of that I know I think too well. But like for you, I'm not sure if that's what you're kind of meaning, but I feel like you're kind of getting at the fact that like maybe you went through similar things within in your life, and you kind of feel like you're projecting that onto your character, but that's kind of, I think, in some ways the point. The only thing I will say, based on I like the whole thing you laid out, about the fact that he finds discipline through boxing and all that stuff, and this element of his dad resenting him. I think that's all great. I would also say that you should have some thing that is very clear to the reader that is that it is basically the conflict. Maybe not conflict's the word, but like. Yeah, conflicts where I think it often is associated with like anxiety, but it's like whatever thing this person needs to overcome. Maybe it's his father. I would hope that there's other things than just. I know the father can work great. I've seen that work actually really well. Like a parent that just like, so long as you show them being really unreasonable, the viewer starts to kind of get on board with you proving them wrong, or proving that parent wrong, or getting it back at the person who was such a terrible parent, so on and so forth. So yeah, I think that can work. Set it on fire. What? Right over my head. Lone says, yeah, let's see. There is an audio cue if you're more of an audio person. Let's use my eyes for right now.
Lone Syndicate said there is also an audio cue if you're more of an audio person.
Yeah, I see that. Just that thing? That little, there's also a glint there. That, okay. But isn't that a parry?
Either works.
Does that also count? Can you parry things and also... Is that a perfect assist? I feel like that's a perfect dodge. I'm trying to look at their body. There's so much fucking physics shit happening. I can't see dick, dude. Again, that's just a red bit. That's just... Are those perfect assists? Those feel like just the things that do more damage. I don't know. That was probably one of the things. I feel like these are perfect defenses.
Dirty trick. Yep.
McFlufferkin said Atlas released into early access yesterday. $9 United States and 99 cents and supports up to 16 players
There's
in
no
lobby.
retreat now.
Nice.
I still recommend checking it out for those that want some 6th gen nostalgic action RPG goodness.
Hell yeah, cool. They're cool.
Lone Syndicate said perfect assist can be perfect parries or perfect evades.
Got it.
Take a break. Ready.
No, go back to this. Wrong character. Damn it! She hit her too hard.
Hey, a little gift for ya. I'll make it painless.
I don't know if I've achieved the weird things.
The pressure's on.
Perhaps perfect assist is when you...
Roadkill.
I don't know.
The final act
I hope I got enough
now.
perfect assists there. I hope I got... I feel like every yellow I could do, I did, but I parried. Maybe it counts as the same thing? It does. Okay. So what's the difference between a perfect assist and a perfect parry? Oh, also, I feel like that does the frontier... complete the assist frontier. Okay, so maybe it does tell you like an insight of what it's trying to get you to do. Huh. Perfect assist can be... Yeah, That's a little fucky, but not that fucky, but just a little bit fucky. That's a pretty decent amount of primo gems, and we can get a little bit from the first couple, which is 1, 2, and 3. We'll get a boon. I think it's just for completing. But let's see. Master, here you can see details on solo buffs. Are we only supposed to play with one character? Using solo buffs to defeat enemies more efficiently.
Lone Syndicate said there is no difference, Grin. It's just one of the two forms of perfect assist.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. So there's perfect parry and there's a perfect assist. But not every perfect but like basically so long as you always switch to the character when you see them tinge yellow, you can sometimes like do a flurry of attacks rather than a parry. And if you perfectly time it, then you do a parry. Is that right?
Bolty said, I messed up. He actually feels guilty about things. Not the incident on itself, but him being the reason his dad lost his job and now resenting him for his actions.
Oh, okay.
McFlufferkin said
That's
assists
pretty good.
are
Okay, that's
both
good point
parries
of
and
cover.
evades. It depends on the character. Most agents are parries.
Oh, but some characters do like that. That's like flurry stuff. Gotcha. You can only do this special offensive mode. However, you can choose to support that with a bang boot agent. Oh, this is fun. Ooh, this is really fun. Okay. It's just shit, actually. I don't know how to fucking play this character. Shit. Anyone want to give me a crash course on what I should do? I forgot how she works. I know you need to get into like her second stance, but Jesus. Oh. Let's see. We got some melee abilities. We're just going to do that. I think we can eventually activate her second form. Is it charge that does it? No, I think it's her Y. I think like halfway through her one thing, I can. I'm in the fire. Parried that shit, dude. Apparently, I have another alt thing. That's pretty cool. Oh, okay, calm down. Calm down, calm down.
Waste of time.
Probably should spend this more.
Lone Syndicate said perfect evades normally involve evading, and you cannot follow it up with an attack, so characters like Rina and Zhu Yuan perform as these kind of perfect assists.
Got it, okay.
McFlufferkin said regular attacks aren't held. Hold special when you have energy. Tap or combo special with lights for additional attacks.
Got it. I'm kind of, I feel like it was a lot of like her energy bar wasn't going down. I don't know if I did enough, but I hope it was okay. But yeah, I pieced that together like her ult wasn't going down, so I was like, fuck, I'll just spend it, I guess. Yeah, we did it. That shit wasn't that bad at all. That'd be a little more crazy. Also, what's good? R's, Sorry, Aros. It's kind of a tricky name, but good to have you. Oh, weird. Are all of hers just this? Can we not change the trial character? No, that's a little ass.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, so maybe that was just the first one, so that's probably gonna be much harder. Shit. I was like, I can't believe it's been almost 3 hours. That's wild. I guess not quite 3, but still. Feels like it's been almost like 1 hour. Oi, what's good?
Surrender.
Ooh, is that what electric does as its bonus? It stuns people? Isn't that the same as ice? There's a lot happening, dude. There's so much happening. All I'm doing is button mashing with the dream, alright? Oh, I got hit finally. I play Jane Doe, my dude. I got dodges for days.
Distance here.
Lone Syndicate said this is to give those interested in Yanagi a chance to use her outside of the normal trial course.
Them sons of bitches. Them sons of bitches. That made her feel real fun to play in this. Them bastards. Them bastards. Like, oh yeah, she's just kind of like a one-man army. Isn't that fun? Hey, know how we just showed you like all of these fun events? You know how you had 3 people? Whereas here is 1 person. And here's her melting everything. Thank you very much. You're like, oh, so she's that good. And like, maybe. Who knows? Who knows how good she is?
Said it's a special set meant to showcase Yanagi and what she can do without a team.
That's pretty, yeah.
Shock is a brief stun and chain lightning.
But isn't that...
Freeze locks enemies down with a shatter burst
Isn't that kind of shitty, though? Because isn't ice also just like a stun? Physical is like a big pop of damage at least. I feel like I thought it would be electricity would be different given what the state of shock is. Also, is this a new enemy type? Probably one that's introduced within the new story. I'm about to say I knew it was this weird shit. I didn't even know your attack combination, dude.
Waste of time.
Where is it? I'm about to say, where's your fucking attack, my guy? But I'm gonna take too much damage here.
Surrender.
It's hard, man. That doesn't have a Q to it. Chill out.
Good.
Yes.
Distance here. Resistance is futile. Yes.
Ooh, we unlocked this finally.
Don't throw an answer.
Ah! Hurry up and die, man. Making me look bad.
McFlufferton said Shock is also more effective against mechanical foes.
Oh.
It has more AoE than Freeze, and it interrupts, debuffs their resistance. Freeze does less AoE, no damage over time, but hits hard with Shatter.
Oh, okay, I see. So you get more damage post all the passive buff. That's kind of nice then. She's good. She's fun. She's fun to play. I will say, I does feel like she has moments of like ramping up that do feel really good, and then there's moments where like, okay, I don't know how I feel about this. My damage feels like it's almost like her tempo is like da 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 da, and then it immediately changes to like da 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 da. You're like, ah! It's like if you're driving a car and you start hearing like fucking the engine start to like you're like, oh fuck, oh shit, what's happening? That kind of is how I felt there, where I'm like, we're going fast, but my engine is at its breaking point of like, I don't know, maybe I need to understand how to play the character more. But ladies and gentlemen, we finished this event and we're walking away with how many goddamn gems? Actually, that's not bad. 1,000 gems. We had around I think like 1,500. So we got another 500, I think, from that, probably something like that. Not too bad. Not too bad. Do we have any base wishes? Also, did the story set so that I can buy the thing? Maybe. Yes, it did. So now we have 5 wishes to wait.
Lone Syndicate said to avoid that grin at the end of your basic attacks, String use her skill and continue that pattern.
Oh, is that what it is? I see. I was. But I think it's tough because that boss fight's pretty like chain detonating. Where you're just like, but I also have 16 pulls. Ooh, why do I have only 16? That's annoying. I have 19 standard wishes. That just drives me a little nuts. That's uncomfortable. I would rather just have 15 or 20. Oh, wait a minute. Claim all. Just some demis. What is it telling me? Is it telling me my monthly pass thing is about to expire? All global. Oh shit. Oh wow.
Bolty said, "Grin, have you seen my story stuff in the Discord tab?"
I haven't met. Okay, so give me a
If not,
second, Bolty.
maybe
I'll
we
talk.
could do that later. It's kind of a quick
I'll
read,
speak.
but you don't have to do that if you don't want to.
No, I'll
obviously.
speak to that in a minute. One sec. Dear Proxy, don't you, yeah, what do you call it? We, all global pre-register milestone event thing. They give us 20 wishes, but it's standard banner wishes. Is that old? That might be old. But still, very neat. And this. Good. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we did it. I think we're fucking grinding up. We're ready to rip. We done? Good stuff. All right. I'll play Withering Waves for me tonight. And
Lone Syndicate said, that's old Grin.
Is old Grin. What? Oh, that's old. I see. That's my bad. That's my goldfish memory. All right. What do you call it? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, Lone, you have sent me quite a bit of stuff as far as the Zenless stuff that I can't wait to get to. You sent me a bunch of stuff on Lighter. You sent me a bunch of stuff on the Archer guy and also Fox Girl, I think, just now. Which I will get to eventually. Same thing with Bolty. You just asked if I would read the tab for story stuff. Bolty, I haven't wrote a single thing in my story stuff this week, and it's killing me. It's sad. It's one of the things I enjoy the most these days, but I haven't had any time because I didn't like the fact that we went 2 weeks without uploading a video on the Mind Palace Madness channel. So then I made the effort for the last 3 weeks to try to get this video together, and luckily it just came together really fast. So unfortunately, I'm still going to have 2 weeks without a video. But we'll have a video for Monday, and that'll be taken care of. But I wish I could say like, okay, then today and Saturday I could just dedicate to like chilling out and like letting it vibe until we get to tomorrow's or next week's stream. But I can't. I'm almost terrified. I shouldn't be terrified. It's gonna work out. It's gonna be okay. But yes, needless to say, I haven't made a dent in looking at the Elden Ring first person mod, which I hope is gonna be more streamlined than I think it is. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Hopefully, it's just following a tutorial video and then like getting in, playing a little bit, feeling it out, so on and so forth. Fingers crossed. That's what it is. And yeah, but then as soon as probably like by the I would hope that either Tuesday or Wednesday.
McFlufferkin said, good luck with setting Elden Ring up. Maybe ping Red if you need help, as he's our resident Elden
I forgot
Ring
about that.
modder.
That'd be a great thing. But that's when I'll have probably time again, Bolty. So I'll be sure to read up on it and ask me again. By the way, like so you added to the end of your comment, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Obviously, no, I want to, Bolty. It's just I don't have time right now in my life because of the hectic nature of us still making YouTube videos for one channel, still streaming constantly, still trying to exercise and not let your health degrade entirely. So, but again, this will all balance out when we eventually get to the next month, where we'll still probably stream a ton, but things will be a little more like we'll talk about it. We'll manage things, and I'll get you guys intake on stuff. But before we completely wind down, gang, I did want to show you something. So I have this Skyrim video.
Lone Syndicate said also, Grin, did you see my art in the Discord?
I did. I did, Lone. I mentioned that when you asked me last time. What do you call it? I did. I liked it a lot. What do you call it? It's let me look at it again just so I have a refresher. I thought it was of what it was called. It was oh no, I didn't see this one actually. No, I just seen the previous one. Okay, this one's new. Ooh, I like that one quite a bit, Lone. Lone, it's funny. You can definitely tell where where you have a lot more experience with like drawn opposed to like the digital art. Not that your digital art doesn't look good as well. It's just that I could tell it's like that's the one where like I could tell you're kind of trying to find your grounding, but your like visual art is or like drawn, I should say, with pencil is incredible. And I like it a lot. I feel like this one's pretty cute. Also, I feel like you did pretty good with the whole like weird. It's funny. I feel like you did better with the weird, silly vibe, like the yandere, creepy, whatever. Than some of the other ones that are more like generic-y looking, where there's like long girl with bangs, etc. I feel like this one did like really well. It's funny that's like, again, it's weird when you're doing stuff that I would assume is hard, which is like a contorted face, is made like slightly easier. with certain people's proclivity.
McFlufferkin said, perhaps after Lighter, we can dedicate some streams to tackling more errant side kaists and stories.
Yeah.
You'll get plenty of polychromes, but also get to know most of the less prominent characters.
Yeah, for me, what do you call it? I think that's something that it's tough, Fluff, because I go back and forth in my head a little bit about that, because
Lone Syndicate said I also did a pencil sketch of Lumi the mouse girl from Woowa.
I know, I see it. It looked really good. Do you want me to show it? Actually, I'm not opposed to showing it. Nothing was too sketchy there that I couldn't show. But this is Lone's art. Looks very cute. Looks like kind of a little psychotic, a little crazy, some screws loose kind of person. And then we got this one, which is very cute, which is Lumi. I like Lumi. Lumi is awesome. Again, I like she has such good. Again, I can't stress enough how, like, if there was ever like a thing that I would want to suggest to people, as far as as far as the like if you're gonna do a VTuber thing, do this essentially. You know, like, I think it'd be such a good like insight and inspiration to do. But I digress. What do you call it? To wrap up what I was saying to Fluff there. That's the one thing that I'm not sure, because like I always go back and forth in my head about like what's the best thing to do for like both Withering Waves and Zenless.
McFlufferkin said 1.4 should also be when all owned characters are usable as roaming avatars.
That's going to be awesome. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be much better. But I was going to say that's something I don't really know what to do, because I find sometimes when we're reacting to the story, it's fun, but it's also kind of like, I feel like for some of our people who maybe are not as into gacha games are kind of like, but then sometimes they're really into it, and sometimes they can get in. Like, it just feels tough. Like, do you go for like a streamer vibe where you're just grinding resources and talking about anything? Like, sky's the limit. We're talking about melee stuff. We're talking about Skyrim modding, and this is just some background noise to kind of have fun and see some spectacle explosions in the meantime. Or do you kind of lean into the kind of like, the point of this stream is for us to react to this fun animations and such, and like give our opinions on characters, so on and so forth. Yeah, so it's tough for me to know which one to do, because sometimes we stream story and I feel like I'm just like, this is not really the vibe, that it's like the story's not connecting with me, or it's not like the chat seems pretty dead as opposed to our normal. But then there's other times where we're reacting to the story and it's just like we're all having a blast. So it's hard to kind of play it by ear of knowing what to do. Like, I feel like when we were reacting to Camilla's story, the chat was pretty dead because we weren't really connecting with it. But then when we were
McFlufferkin said, even if you don't stream it, maybe record it for Saturday stream background footage and still experience it yourself.
Yeah, no, for sure. But then there's moments when we were playing like Withering Waves where we were not doing Camilla's story, and we were doing the Mouse Girl story, and I think everyone was having a lot of fun with that one. Like, you know, so it's tough. Maybe that's just the nature of the beast, and that's also probably on me. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm not as present as I should be, and just like connecting with all these goofy fun things that we always got going on. But alas, this is what I wanted to ask you guys. So there's a video coming out on Monday. You guys are my like surrogate test case. So I wanted to ask you guys what you care about the most. So I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and basically I'm going to show you all 5 thumbnails, and then I want you to tell me which one you like the most. Okay, if that would be okay right now. So yeah. This is number 1. So if you like this one's a 1. Again, it will be much smaller. I wish I could actually shrink it so it's not quite as big. This is number 2. Again, it will be much smaller. This is number 3. This is number 4.
McFlufferkin said because Camellia was underwhelming and not that appealing compared to Lumi, who personally has peak design and a great voice.
Yeah. And this is number 5. Which one do you like the most? Which one stood out to you the most? I wish I could really show it to you in a better way. Maybe I could try to find out about how to, because I feel like that it's not like to see them all together. I feel like it's a little bit better. Let me do this. This. Zoom in.
Lone Syndicate said number 2 or 1.
Number 2 or 1. Okay. This one's kind of all. I can't zoom in anymore. Why? Why can't I zoom in anymore? Well, that's shitty. That one doesn't also work. Never mind. It's as good as it's gonna get. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in anymore.
T said 1 maybe.
You like 1? Okay, so we got 2 and 1. So Lone liked this one, and he liked this one. Can you go between 2 and 4? Okay, so this is 2. This one, and then this is 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one. Yeah, this is kind of where I always draw the line. So like I don't know if we should go with like less. So like this one, to me, it looks kind of nicer, and then the background that's blurred that says Mad God Overhaul is nice. But it possibly like this works a little bit better because there's more darkness. But I don't know what it is. This one seems kind of good too. What I will do is test all 3 of these basically, so I can test up to 3. So that's kind of why I made so many.
Syndicate said, although I like Camellia and her story was all right, I can understand why some weren't into it as much.
Yeah, I think it's also just like it's a polarizing vibe. You know what I mean? I'd say 2 is too bland. 2? Too bland. Interesting. I wonder what, because I feel like this one's also pretty bland. I feel like a lot of them are kind of by nature. Yeah, I'm not sure. Interesting. A lot of people like this one because I think it's like Pretty Woman, etc. Makes sense. I'd say 2. I see. Sorry, I understand. Yeah, sorry. No, I got. 4 is too bland. 2 is got you. I was about to say okay. To me, I don't want to pollute the well, but to me, I like this one. To me, for whatever reason, it like.
McFlufferkin said, "I like Skelebro, but the lady is probably going to get more attention."
So that's
the text sort of detracts from the foreground.
Yeah, I thought that's the case. Normally, I would agree, but I felt like it was. Everything kind of comes down also to the title. So most people are like drawn in by faces. That's why like the skeleton is an okay pick, and then the lady's face. Even if it wasn't a pretty lady, if it was just a human face, your circuits in your brain are attracted to faces because you can acknowledge those. You can take in that data quite fast. So you notice faces quite a lot. So that's something. But I'm not sure. But I wanted to pick 3. So it looks like people were talking about 2. Which is this one. And then Lone said 1, 2. You mentioned 4 as well. So maybe we should do 1, 2, and 4? Yeah. Because to me, I do agree that like the one, I'm curious about how, I can pick 3 to test. So I can basically say, YouTube will basically show all 3 thumbnails I give it, which is 3. And then it will choose, or it'll tell me data about which one had the best CTR. So I can kind of have that insight going forward. There's a high probability that might be the one.
Fetus said, "Can you put a vote up in chat?"
Yeah, maybe I can try to do. I think it's something that I can do a poll. Start poll. Ask question. What TN to pick?
McFlufferkin said the pose and framing of one looks better for the lady.
Oh, goddamn, I didn't say 2 right. 2, there we go. It's having to type a mile away. It's tough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Best we can do is 4. You can only do 4 in the thing. But there's a quick ass poll. What TN thumbnail to pick? So now you guys can give your a better gauge of it all. But I wanted to pick 3. So I think we'll see what the poll says as well. But I think this one would be okay because it's quite a lot more of the lady's face, where everything else is kind of pulled back. But also it makes it so like the hand that has fire in it, it's pretty irrelevant. Like it doesn't really mean anything. So it's almost like distracting a little bit. But anyways, this one I think is a little more going on. You can see there's a skeleton. You're kind of curious about what the hell this is all about, like why you're holding fire up to the skeleton's face. This is kind of a nice thing that could catch your eye as well. Kind of signals that it is Skyrim, and also this is a classic skeleton from Skyrim, so I think people will be able to connect that this is a Skyrim video. But then out of the third one that I picked to test, I don't really know which one that should be out of these last 2. I could pick something like, having text in the background and having no text, and to see if it makes a difference, see if one got better, click-through rate than another thing. So I could do that 1, 2, and 3 opposed to one of these. I don't know. I feel like when this is like shrunken down, it's going to be pretty hard to see. I definitely don't like this one. This one is where I think the text does subtract from the there's too many things to look at. There's subject 1, subject 2, and then whatever the subject 3 is in the background. Whereas this one, I don't necessarily feel like it's the same thing. Not that I don't agree that it's subject 1, subject 2, but I feel like for whatever reason this doesn't feel like it's negative. But maybe not. Maybe this, because this feels a little too generic. I don't know. We'll see. But let's see. All right, 2, 1. It seems like 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and then 3. So you guys like this one? Or was 3 this one? I should have made, I think 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think you guys like 1, 2, and then 3. Do you guys think this one would look like be nice? Maybe. I just feel like it's not like this one. At least you can really see your face. You know what I mean? Huh. Anyways, okay. Last question I have for you guys. This is just more of a generic question that hopefully won't take too long. But I wanted to ask you guys, what do you guys think about titles? So this is tough. This is where I always kick myself in the fucking face because I hate it. I have a bunch of titles. One of them is This is How You Remember Skyrim to Be, which kind of makes sense given the context of the video. I showed a little bit yesterday, so some of you guys know what that's referring to. This overhaul mod makes Skyrim feel like a remake. I feel like there's too much going on there. The Skyrim, this overhaul mod makes Skyrim feel like a remake. I wish I could fix that up a little bit, but anyways, this overhaul makes Skyrim VR perfect, a little bit more direct about what it could be. This overhaul makes Skyrim VR almost perfect because I feel like the point of the video is that I found a cool mod pack. It's not quite for me, so I feel like that was a little more honest, but I feel like it also it subtracts from the video, like as far as if you were to click on it. I feel like this one does more for you to click on it than this one. Anyways, 5.
McFlufferkin said 2 greater than 1 greater than 4 are my priority preference.
2, 1, and then 4. 2, 1, 4. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you mean like out of all the titles? Oh, I mean that's what you mean. So you mean 2, this overhaul makes Skyrim feel like a remake. 1, this okay. And then 4. So you like this one. This overhaul makes Skyrim VR almost perfect. The best VR game to play in 2014. A little bit too generic for me. It doesn't really also. It's something that people could watch the video, and it's not really what the video is about, but it's kind of true. I tried the prettiest Skyrim OVR overhaul, and it's almost perfect. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Nog says 1 and 3 are the lady, 2 and
Lone
4.
Syndicate said 2 or 1 for me.
2 or 1 for you. So you're like
McFlufferkin said that was thumbnails. I can't see the title.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh shit, I'm blocking it. Sorry. I can't zoom in either. Okay, so is there a way I can zoom in better? God damn you! It's so. I don't think I can actually. Shit. I guess I could. Can I do this? I might be able to do this, but it's looking at me a little bit weird. Give me a sec, gang. I want to post. I'll try to do something. I'm so sorry. I know this is like we're trying to wind down, but I really appreciate you guys helping me with this because it's always so finicky. Let me go to our stream chat. There we go.
Bolty said, I think for it to be a remake, it has to be some overhauled textures, shading, so wouldn't choose the first title.
Well, to me, the whole point of the video, Bolty, is that it also says it makes it feel like a remake. So if you're playing my whole point with that whole title was that we had a Skyrim what is it called, remaster or whatever, but this is the mod that retextures everything in the game. It makes everything look modern. So I actually do think it does check all the boxes of a remake, so to speak, as far as it being like modernized completely, in a weird way. But let me do poll. Start a poll. Do I have to cancel this poll? End poll. There we go. And now start a new poll. All right. Pick the title. There we go. This. Oh, son of a bitch. This is going to be a nightmare. This is going to be shitty. All right. Give me a sec. This is going to be just enough of a headache. So I think we liked, let me see. I think Lone said 2, which I quite liked as well.
McFlufferkin said Lorem is more like a Skyrim remake comparison. Mad God felt more like, looks like what you remember.
Yeah, sure. I just don't think, what do you call it? But isn't that what a remake is? Like, I don't think a remake is supposed to necessarily, I thought a remake is supposed to basically, the whole point of the video to me is basically that, how do I put it? Remakes, like, if you think about a previous game, I'm not even going to talk about it. It's just one of those things. If you guys don't, if you don't think it sounds correct, then I think it sounds believable enough. But yeah, this might be where we just differ. But maybe that's why it doesn't connect with you guys. But why can't I pull up the thing? What are you doing, dude? Oh my god. We may not be able to do this because everything's fighting me right now. Why? My Discord's not popping up. Let's close Zenless. It's really weird. I don't know why your Discord's not. Is it like hidden? Yeah, why is it on my left browser? It's so stupid. Why it jumped over to my other browser for no reason. Stupid. Dumb. What was the other one? This is how you remember Skyrim to be was one I didn't hate. Why is that over there now? I'm so mad. Why is it all breaking? I feel like you guys are leaving. I'm leaving you guys out to dry here. And everything is not working. This overall makes Skyrim VR. That one's not terrible either. I think that one's probably kind of fair, but it's not really. It doesn't add anything to the point of the video. There's a couple more ones, but I think those ones should be acceptable. I think you guys also liked 4, but maybe I already put that there.
McFlufferkin said remasters are same gameplay, better visuals. Remakes can be a modernization of mechanics and visuals, but mostly the former.
Why won't it let me start the poll? Oh, it's because this one's too big. Dang it. I can't show you guys the first one. I'm just trying to think of how I can do this. Can I just... Oh, man, maybe it's not worth it. Maybe I'll just fucking figure it out. I don't know. What is it? No, guys, again, it's the same... It always comes down to the same thing, I think, where it's the same thing where, like, given the context of the video, the title... I don't think you would watch the video and be like, this is bullshit. This doesn't make any fucking sense. Especially given the visual upgrades and all these things. But let's see what was Fluff would say. But I feel like you guys are having an opinion on something that because I know the entirety of all those things, don't feel like it's valid per se. Not valid, but just like if you watched it, I wonder if you'd have the same approach or same thing. But let me see. But you guys only have what I can give you. But it's yeah. Makes things tough because I'm like, wait. Oh no, you're already you're already on that thing. Let's see. I think it makes remake. Maybe just based on what I've heard, we'll see how they look. Fluff says Lorim is more like Skyrim remake comparison. Mad God felt like looks like what you remember. Remasters are same gameplay, better visuals. Remake can be modernized with of new mechanics, visuals, but mostly the former. Yeah, but I also feel like that's fair with what the thing does. It gives you new skills. It also adds new perks from Oblivion and such games. Yeah, it also adds new companions, new stuff. Like I think it clears all the bars technically that you need to cover when it comes to doing a remake. Like a remaster, I think, is like one of the things that doesn't mean anything anymore. Remaster basically means like we've maybe upgraded the like base resolution a little bit, maybe enhanced the textures a tiny bit. The Mad God overhaul replaces...
McFlufferkin said the issue is that there's a lot of Lorim videos making a valid claim of it feeling and looking like a remake, so the video could be buried under those.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, to tell you the truth, this video is probably going to be dead on arrival anyway. Like, I don't have zero hope for this video, because we do blatant sorcery stuff and Bone Lab stuff, so I feel like it's probably dead already, as far as, like, trying to mod, like, yeah, but I'm curious to see what thumbnail would like catch your eye the most, so just to give it the best fighting chance it possibly could. But I definitely feel like, yeah, I'd be curious if you guys watch the entire video and when you're watching, you're like, this doesn't feel like a remake at all, because based on the visuals and stuff like that, I feel like it does hit all those boxes of like, this is insane. You know, granted, I do think this is what you remember Skyrim to be, fits the video the best, but the question is, would you fucking click on that? I don't think so. I mean, like, you're like, what are you talking about? Get away from me. Like, it doesn't make you curious really at all. Maybe a little bit. But I don't know. This is getting into semantics. I'm happy you guys gave me some feedback. Again, I'm sorry I couldn't get it working. I could try to do this as like a Hail Mary. These are the titles that I have right now. They're not spaced out. Let me see. Can I at least do that? No, I can't. Yeah, I guess I could maybe do this. Remake. I'm trying to find a way to space it out. Unfortunately, YouTube has all this weird shit.
McFlufferkin said Skyrim Special Edition, VR, are remasters. Remakes change far more than visual fidelity, which this would definitely qualify for.
One sec. I can't even... God. Dude, this is impossible. All right. Well, I guess we're killing that because it's not gonna be able to go through. This is as good as I can get. This is good. I can't post anymore. I keep trying to like I'm trying to highlight something and it keeps going like you're trying to highlight something, then you try to get up to the second sentence, and then it pushes you to the top, and you're like, okay, let's go down, and then it pushes you to the bottom, and you're like, this is just the worst intuitive system I've ever seen in my life. Anyways, Skyrim Special Edition / VR are remasters, remakes, change far more than visual fidelity. So if it's the title that sticks out the most to you, I'd say go for it. No, yeah, again, this is one of those things where like, again, it's one of those things where I feel like it's sometimes tough when like you're asking people for feedback, etc. Because it's not that I don't like. It's almost like it's on me as a fuck up, on like not accounting for the variables of like, because when I say react to something, there's 1,000 ways your brain could go, and it's like, oh wait, no, that doesn't. But if you've seen the video, then it would make a little more sense, and I set you up for failure, or not even that. Maybe you told me exactly the right thing, and I'm like, but that doesn't feel like it's like what we're getting at here. And again, who knows? Maybe people are pissed that I could name it those things. Unfortunately, you can't test titles. I wish you could do like test 3 titles out to see which one caught people's eye the most. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. You can only test thumbnails. Can't do split testing for all that other stuff. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for giving me some insight. Again, Bully seems like one.
McFlufferkin said definitely not the last title. I'd say 1 or 2 are the most eye-catching.
What's the first one? This is how you remember Skyrim to be. This overhaul makes Skyrim feel like a remake. This overhaul makes Skyrim VR perfect. This overhaul makes Skyrim almost perfect. This overhaul is the Skyrim you remember, is what I'd go with. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Sorry, it's tough because I have like there's like a certain amount of words, which is finicky. So like there's, if you can try to keep your title under 60 characters, which I think that does still, is still under. The issue is that I also want to try to get into Skyrim VR because I feel like that's something that people search a lot. So I need to stick somehow Skyrim VR, I think. That's why like this is how you remember Skyrim to be is good, but it doesn't hint at like what this is all about, which is a VR overhaul mod pack. Like it's super general, but the likelihood that somebody clicks on that and kind of goes, but I guess it does fucking work, I guess. I feel like it's like if I was trying to go with like if this video is already kind of destined to die anyway because of the things I mentioned about me having like a viewership about like Blade and Sorcery, Bone Lab, and overall VR stuff. If this video is already like so abnormal from what we normally do, the best like chance it has to like succeed as much as possible, if there is any momentum behind it, is probably that, which is kind of tapping into a general audience rather than a very hyper specific audience, you know. Which is the fusion of 1, 2. Yeah, you know, I definitely, I see what you're going with, and I like it. The weird reason why the titles exist is also because there's weird variables like that, where I'm trying to like signal that this is a Skyrim VR video to not only the algorithm but also the viewer, you know. But maybe that's a problem. Now that you mention it, I think having Skyrim in VR would be better. Yeah, it's tough. I wish I could show you guys the video first. You watch it and then say like, okay, what is the title that's the best, you know? Yeah. I could actually do that because the video is technically unlisted. I just don't know if I want to get on. I don't know if I want to put you guys through that. Give you guys a whole ass video title and etc. If you guys wanted to, maybe I'll do that. That way, if you guys wanted to watch something early, I'll be a nice little give you to people who enjoy the VR stuff. But here's, let me just click that. Visit, pause. There we go. Copy. If you guys want to watch a video early, it's right here. This is the unlisted video. And if you wanted to tell me about stuff, you can. Do not give me feedback that says, by the way, Grin, I disagree with the whole video premise, and you should remake it. I'll kill myself, and I'll kill you too. There you go. In Minecraft or whatever.
McFlufferkin said, the best Skyrim VR has ever been.
That's not bad. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, that was good. It's tough because it's good. I feel like, again, I know the video premise, so I feel like it's not wrong, but the point of the video, I feel like people might push back. That's why the first title is, I think, the most reasonable, but it doesn't hint at VR land. But maybe I could figure it out. But I think I might just go with the first one just because it seems like, if you watch the video, that's like the truest title for that, you know? But I do like that title. I'll grab it. I'll take a picture of it just in case. Because I'll throw that. I have like a whole. That's why I just showed you guys that Discord I'm a part of. It's kind of like a weird mastermind program where I ask people who are also doing YouTube the same questions I asked you guys just now. But alas, ladies and gentlemen, Fluff says, by the way, Grin, I'm lit. You can't deny. Is that what is what? Is that the fucking Bernice shit? Is that what that is? I don't know. Or are you high out of your mind? I don't know. BRB watched the video. Wait, no, we're winding down. We're winding down. What do you call it? Yeah, it's a 10-minute video. I don't want to burn. I don't want to just chill here for 10 minutes. What do you call it? What you could do is you could maybe message me. Oh man, boo! I know. I don't know, man. I don't really want to take 10 and come back. Oh, I probably should have showed you guys in the middle of the stream, and then we could have been grinding a while that goes. One last Bernice rot before the end. Yeah, but that's the video. If you guys wanted to watch it early, and maybe
Bolty said Bernice.
We're done. We're just done on principle. Bye guys. See you on Monday, where we might be popping off with a whole ass Elden Ring playthrough, or it might be me being like, I still got to figure it out. It's more complicated than I thought. But love you. Bye.